Alrighty. Hello, hello. It is a nice Thursday afternoon where I am and when I'm streaming this. It's probably been a few weeks now. A few weeks ago, I was wondering if Deltarune Hyphothesis was any good, and some people recommended streaming it. So I thought, you know what the hell? I have a day where I'm not doing anything. Well, let's try streaming it. We'll see how it goes. Oh, hey, there's actually people here. I was not expecting people to show up. Hello, Roger and Jackie Tata. Again, during, now I can't think of the name. The Undertale Deltarune live stream that showcases a bunch of games. Under event, that's it. During Under event, this was one of the things that was showcased. It was also one of the only things that I believe was like in a playable state, which isn't surprise or bad at all. That's typically how that kind of thing goes. So I, might as well give it a try. Oh, this game is pretty good, Alex Kun. I'm hoping to have fun with it. I've played like 2 or 3 minutes of the first part. It seems like it's going to be a lot of reading on my part, but most of the fun of Deltarune is the writing, so that's hardly surprising. More? Oh, dang it. I was gonna say something. Well, anyway, I'm excited for it, and if there's some people here, I might as well go ahead and get started then. Oh, not to mention, if I stream, then people can, realize that I'm still alive. So, without further ado, so long as we don't have any problems with, like, hearing me or hearing the game, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Alright. Deltarune. That's the best I can do of that. Hypotheticals. It's fun to see that they have more things planned. Hopefully they'll be able to implement those in a good manner. I have to admit, I'm getting really excited for Deltarune Chapter 3. Toby Fox has been, it looks like, providing more detailed, or not detailed, more constant updates on the progress of 3 and 4. And it seems like it's getting really, really close to the finish line now. Alright, a prophecy foretold. A legend prophesized. They forgot the Z there. Sorry. A legend prophesized has finally reached its somber conclusion. This is the one that I already started playing. As you can see, I have already solved Rule's puzzle. And I still have a lot of townsfolk to talk to, though. Wow, I don't know about you guys. How's the sound? It's loud through my headphones, but that's probably just a me problem. Susie, are you okay? You've got goosebumps. No, not really. Please talk to us. We're here for you. All the things we've done. Did any of it really matter? If it all just has to be erased in the end? It mattered, Susie. It all mattered. Without you and Chris, your world might have been destroyed. But because of both of you, the lives of everyone will carry on. You're a hero, Susie. Nothing can change that. You're right. It's just, I don't want to lose this place. I don't want to say a last goodbye to my friends. None of us want that, Susie. Me, everyone in town, we all feel the same. However, as long as the fountain stays open, the roaring could still come. Sealing it, it's the only way. See, Alex Kun, you've been replaying chapters 1 and 2. I've been like, I've had the itch of like, ooh, what if I replayed? And I'm like, no. Hold back. I want it to be as fresh as possible when I get there to like, okay. So when chapter 2 is not chapter 2, when the like date of chapter 3 and 4 is announced, I'll probably do what every single other theorist and like live streamer is gonna do, which is stream chapters 1 and 2, use that as kind of a refresher. So I want to be like fresh and just a little rusty. Excuse me. Oh, what's Frozen Heart? I've probably heard of that one, but could you tell me about it? If you hold C on dialogue directly before coming into Fountain Room, you'll have menu open. Chaining this with selecting and going through postcard is this game's punch card glitch. I'm not trying to break the game, but that's good to know if I ever need to speed things up, expecto petroleum. Here, I have an idea. Why don't we say our goodbyes to everyone in town? I'm sure they'd love to see us one last time. Yeah, that would be nice. All these adventures, I knew they had to end sometime. I mean, me and Chris won't be stuck in school forever, right? But this is just so sudden. We've been through so much together. But I think that's what makes this moment special. Everything we've done, it's led us here to this one last journey. When you put it like that, it's almost like we planned it. Guess we better make this one count, huh? Chris, would you do the honors? And lead us one more time through the dark? I can't see this so far as like a possible ending of having to close a fountain and you get a big moment where you get to talk to everybody. Though personally, I feel like the ending like is gonna be almost sudden, where you don't get to say a lot of goodbyes. Oh, I'm glad you're liking the voices. I'm no voice actor. I'm just hoping to try and make them distinct. I like voicing games. I think it's fun. The sign reads, once upon a time, a legend was whispered among shadows. It was a legend of hope. It was a legend of dreams. It was a legend of light. It was a legend of dark. This is the legend of Deltarune. You gaze deeply into the fountain's ripples. Every step taken, every choice made, every friend and enemy you've made along the way. It all led to this very moment. The culmination of your adventure is staring back at you. Wonder if we have anything. Have a few dark candies, a glow shard. Increases in value, presumably at its most right now. You tried to call on the cell phone. At least they kept that in. Nothing but garbage noise. Unresolved garbage noise. Interessant. Frozen Heart basically shows what hypothetically went down when Susie goes to check on Noelle in the weird route, so it's a fight against Noelle essentially, but it has a lot of content in it. It's lots of fun getting every ending / achievement and 100%ing it. Oh, that actually sounds really good. Oh, yes, Salmon, this is a fan game. I think the stream is titled Deltarune Hyphothesis Playthrough. Yes, okay. But yeah, this is a fan game. It's not even like... It's more like fan fiction moments, which kind of is something I like. Not bothering to put in all of the effort to put together a whole game is appealing to me. I have RPG Maker, and part of me is like, oh, how hard would it be to make a Deltarune fan game? Come on. The answer is probably really hard, which is why I haven't done anything like that. Are you a real fox, or is that just a name? Also, if you are a fox, are you a brown fox, which inspired your name? I am not, in fact, a fox. In fact, currently my avatar is a jackalope, so... Oh, no, there was a sign there. So make of that whatever you will. My name comes from the very, very first account I ever had online. My name was Cupcake Kitten, and then my second account I had online, Cupcake Kitten was taken, so I just substituted a different animal I liked and a different, like, sweet, and so Brownie Fox. 4th floor, fountain balcony view. Oh, that wasn't worth going back for. Oh well. It's a Newbert-shaped door. Unfortunately, you are too big to fit inside. How long has this been here? Rehab! Oh hey, it's the guys. I feel like their room would be more zany. I know it's like a rehab room, so they just kind of like essentially get a broom closet that they can stay in. I think it would be a little more zany. Oh, fun. I kind of really like that it changes the side that it's sitting on depending on which song is playing. All right. Oh my god. I didn't even think about having to do this voice. Chris, it's been so long since we've spoken. You never give forgiveness to me for all the deals I gave. But don't jinkies it. I can see it in your face. I don't have a soundboard. I can't do it as well as some people do. Have you ever, I'm sure a lot of you have, the people who absolutely go ham when putting this together? How do I imagine Des looks like in my head? I've drawn her a few times. I tend to gravitate towards the commonly accepted, like, brown hair like Rudy, guitar, sometimes a nose ring. I've been really liking the nose ring recently. My favorite Des design is their mom is gift trot, and so she looks half gift trotty. But that's typically not the design that a lot of people like. So I usually tend to draw her more... No, her name's Des. Sorry, Noelle-like. Oof. Oh boy, do I have the tale to tell you. Thanks to your fluffy pillows, friend here, me and my new buddies have a place to call home. Oh my god. I didn't think about voicing these two. To be clear, I like them both as characters. I don't want to voice them. But alas, we remain trapped. The prince claims we're a danger to the public. Yes. What? I never said that. Liar, pants on. It burns. I am not going to get these voices straight. They're going to change every time they talk, and I think that's actually in character with them. If you think about it, they're always going to be different when they talk. Let us break free! We've changed! I believe you. It's just... Spampton, you sold my entire castle to Lancer. The boys at Persuasive Practices tutorial. I can definitely see that happen. Lancer, Prince, back in charge of the castle town like it was always meant to be. He even said, pretty please, with a cherry on top. Why wasn't I told my castle was for sale? I forgot. And Jevil, about that show you put on. But a spectacle. A circus for all to enjoy. 'Twas very respectable. You were firing attacks into the audience. Oh, please, it's just a simple chaos. My voice needed a whole day to recover because I went absolutely ham on voicing them when I played this. And you kind of have to. They are the kind of characters that, for the best kind of performance, you need to go all out. You kids better learn how fun being free is. Eureka! I've got the top-notch idea. Rouse, I have a special deal for the 21st letter. The end is nigh, so I keep us secluded. Let me smell beautiful day outside. Air one last time. Woohoo! A marvelous fun is about to break free. You don't think I'm forcing you to stay in here, do you? Ding, ding, ding. Listen, I know you've both had bad experiences with royalty, but this isn't one of them. You can leave anytime you want. It's not a prison, I promise. What a mix-up! Below, our story ends happy. Air 404, my eyes! I must be sweet dreams. Or I'll say you lovable plushie. I could. Give him a moment. That was terrible. Okay. I could. Free smooches. You. Our very own humble abode. To call mine, all mine. Yep. Well, that's how I see it, at least. I will never leave. We're too scary for the outside world. But in our little residence, we're perfect. You guys could spruce up the room a bit more, though. Good afternoon. How are you doing? I realize most people are busy at this time of day, but it was just the time of day that worked best for me to stream. So, better to, I don't know, do it rather than not? Alright. What a fun game we played all that time ago! Fun game? You tried to kill us! Oh, don't be such a downer. Spice up your life with chaos. Nevertheless, the prince told us that our time is coming to an end pretty soon. Gulp! Here come the rippin' tears again! Fate was craving for destruction, but you Delta warriors bested the odds. How unexpected! And yet, despite everything, you've only saved yourselves. Okay, don't rub it in. Hey! It's out of our control. Perhaps you are right, and I am wrong. Fate always finds a way. One of the theories that I've seen, I think this was by the person Spooky Dude. He's kind of hit or miss with theories, at least in my personal taste for theories. But one of the things was the idea that you have to replay the game a second time to get the good ending, and no, not replay, more like an emphasis on the reloading and copying files, and I can definitely see that being something that would be done. Hey, three baby bears, step away from my hot rod. My precious Congadero is worth a bajillion doll hairs. You sure? I've seen plenty of these in town. It's one of a kind. You should apply for opticians online. Yeah, no, these are the cars with the weird legs, right? Oh, you cracked me up, kid. And there she goes. I would also not want to be stuck in a room with them. I'm gonna be real here. What the H-E double hockey sticks? My right just grow legs and walked away? This is the 0 out of 5 stars day of my life. I've been having a lot of those days recently. It hasn't been fun. Well, not 0 out of 5, more like 2 out of 5. A nice reminder of home. Does it work? Alas, it has fallen into disrepair. Oh, what's wrong with it? It requires 1 dark dollar to function. That's it? Here, I'll put 1 in. Whee! Oh, it's cute. Oh, whoops, I forgot to read that. I think we're too big for it. Queen! Oh. It's a lampshade with rules scribbled on the side. In my mind, I know it's rules, but I always, have that knee-jerk pronounce it Ruxels. Like I'm having a hard time pronouncing Roxas. These speakers are so loud, I can't hear myself think. What? I said I can't hear myself think. I can't hear you, it's too loud in here. Take a sip? You tried to take a sip from the straw. Unfortunately, you're too short to reach it. Did you just try to drink Queen's acid? You know, I could lift you up to reach the straw. Absolutely not! Wait, I don't remember creating this room. Caution, mining in progress. Has Rules been digging into the walls? Well, oh, I admire his determination. Determination? Guys, he said the line. A large carving of brick and rock. It appears quite a lot of work has went into this creation. That's supposed to say on. Sorry, I am an English teacher, so people are allowed to misspell things. I'm just kind of like, could have used a second draft. Then again, I read my own stuff, and I'm like, could have used a second draft, because I do have a really, really bad habit of not proofreading my stuff. Hey, Ralsei, if it's taking this dude a while to make a doorway, how did you make us entire rooms in under a day? A mix of magic and perseverance, Susie. Whoa, this dude has a whole pirate ship? Wait, this is just a cardboard cutout! That's right, she wasn't there for that adventure, huh? Alright, I already solved this last time. Oh, this is the pirate equipment Rules wore during our battle. When the hell did you guys have a cool pirate battle? And why wasn't I invited? 'Cause you were busy smooching a girl. Do you think my job interview next week will appreciate my 40 hours of Deltarune? I think it shows problem solving and dedication. Well, I think that is a respectable amount. I have easily sunk way more hours of Deltarune into that, so... Wait, have I? No, I don't think I'm thinking of minutes. Sorry. That one's on me. That's impressive. Unfortunately, I do think they will not see it through that lens. If possible, I would avoid bringing it up. I hope your job interview goes well, though. You place your hand onto the pickaxe. The sudden urge to mine overwhelms you. I have never been into Minecraft. Fun fact for you. I just never, as a kid, when I was like at the ripe age for it, my parents didn't buy me a lot of games, so I only had the free version, and the free version wasn't all that fun. And so I was like, oh, well, why would I want to play this? And so I did it. And now I kind of feel like I missed out on a big cultural touchstone, but what can you do? Also, I just struggle playing games online with friends, and Minecraft seems like one of those games that's best experienced with friends. For just a second, you heard something. Something like great annoyance. Where's Rules? Did we kill him? In a familiar accent? Become employed or Deltarune Chapter 3, whichever comes first. It took me a long time to get the job I have now. So from my own personal experience, probably Deltarune Chapter 3. Probably Silksong. Though who knows, maybe Silksong will come out on Valentine's Day? You never know. Oh, hello, Chris Deltarune. Welcome in. We're playing a little fan game about you. You place your hand on the doorknob. Your hand is covered in wet paint. It's a bucket of luminous blue paint. Oh, I should try. Oh, that makes sense. I was hoping that they gave some items to the characters, though. Silksong might come out before I can be bothered to play Hollow Knight SMH. Oh my god, you haven't played Hollow Knight? Dare I be, like, the 10 millionth person to tell you it's a good game? I like Metroidvanias, though, so I was like, oh, what a fun game! I had a great time with it. That's probably one of the games I've sunk way too many hours into. I was gonna say the most hours into, but there are games that top that. Easy. Can't believe Rules is dead. I know! I'm super sad! But you know, sometimes sacrifices need to be made. I imagine he went out in a blaze of glory, fighting off Gaster or something. Hollow Knight is super freaking long. It is. It's really big and expansive. I also got stuck at one point for a long time because I didn't realize you were supposed to hit down on the purple mushrooms. Partially because my sister said that she'd already tried it, and so I was like, why should I try it? It's a bikeless bed. It's a music player. Listen to the contents. It's full of cartoon splat noises. It's some kind of digging implement. It's a hole, presumably dug for fun. There's salsa buried in the ground here. It's a hole made recreationally. You found 20 rupees in the hole. Unfortunately, that's not a useful currency here. I don't know if King ever loved his husband is the thing. I know a lot of people do think he did. I don't think King ever appreciated his husband. And I'll be honest, I don't think Queen appreciates her husband either. Or her co-parent. Alright. This looks unchanged. So, this wasn't that gift you gave me. The hell did you have this, Chris? Oh, I can make it a little dress! No touching my doll when I'm not here! See, Chris agrees with me. I don't think Kings and Rules were... I think they were in a... I mean, I imagine that they're saying husband in the same way that anybody is like, oh my gosh, they're married, they're boyfriends online, where it's like, not canonically, but emotionally, on a deeper level than canon. It's a shelf. All sorts of keepsakes. All sorts of keepsakes could be kept here. Oh my god. Again, I'm just gonna assume that Chris and Susie's rooms are the same. If anybody knows otherwise, tell me and I'll go back. Oh, Chris! After you've both said your goodbyes, the door above the cauldron leads to the base of the fountain, so whenever you're both ready, I'll unlock it. Level 2, living quarters. What's that, Chris? Are you hungry? Don't worry, I'll bake you something. Could I get a bite too? Ah! Oh, that's cute! Oh, Chris, you're supposed to eat it. Hey, Chris, you gonna finish that? No, you can take it. I think you've had enough cake. Great going, Chris. Do you want it? Do you want it? Oh, blushing. This game actually gave me the incentive to give the gift in that chapter 2 segment to Susie for my optimal save file I'll use for chapters 3 through 4, so her room has one extra thing and it feels more complete. I'm kind of hoping that the rooms in general gain things as we go world to world. I'm always give it to Birdly and have him in it where it's you, Noelle, Birdly, Susie, Ralsei. Also Starwalker shows up if you know Starwalker. I like the big conga line of people. Do you think future chapters are going to have collectible keepsakes you can keep in your room? Yes, absolutely. I think it would be a big missed opportunity not to. I hope there's a battle pass in chapter 3. I hope there isn't. I don't think we need extra monetization in a Deltarune game. I will happily pay for chapters 3 and 4 and subsequent. But I do not enjoy the microtransaction. Also, I do not play Fortnite. I'm still Golden Sam. Not Lancer. I'm glad that your favorite character seems to be Lancer. I love Lancer. Good addition. You know, this cell is incredibly homely. We're gonna stay here until our end. Oh, and the meals aren't half bad either. Move along. Us kings have important matters to discuss. I did that in my latest playthrough. It's hilarious having 6 party members. Obviously it can only last one room. I wish it lasted, oh my goodness. I am having a hard time talking today. I wish it lasted just a little longer. The Miku skin for Chris. Listen. There can be a Miku skin for Chris without it being a monetization microtransaction. Or for Ralsei. That would be good. All characters. Everybody deserves to be Miku when you think about it. Like, the Miku that was every single Pokemon type, but every single Undertale Deltarune character. What? Piles of... Are you thinking this? Piles of Azrael's dust? Lancer as Miku. Absolutely. No. Nothing here. Can't interact with anything in here. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm hitting S and not C. Okay. I was like, what? It is the royal water bottle. You bow in respect. Chris? There's an engraving of Lancer chiseled into the stone. Oh, his little bouncing boy. Hold on. Wasn't there supposed to be somebody here? Yes, Susie, there was. So their hamster wheel is up for grabs? More stuff for Susie's room! Let's go! This is what it's all about when you think about it. Newbert is just as scared as everybody else. However, I won't hesitate to console all those in need. It'll be okay, Newbert. I believe in you. The fountain being sealed is terrifying. I was just starting to get accustomed to this town, too. Oh boy, I'm trashy! Haha, I was right. Everybody in town loves me, haha! They all love my wisdom and grace. Oh, this guy isn't so bad when you get to know him. The good ending for Trashy. I appreciate it. I imagine there was a whole side quest gaining Trashy popularity. I'm imagining it right now. Guys, this side quest was incredible. If you crave a way to spend cash as a Deltarune connoisseur, you can hop on Fangamer. Yeah. Fangamer has a lot of good merch, and I've especially, I think I mentioned this in the newsletter, I love how they've been branching out to, like, weird stuff, like fun stuff, like Pie Tin. Who else has a Pie Tin merch? If Cookie Cat was a thing, and now you are Brownie Fox, have you ever considered a franchising opportunity in, like, Cake Bear or something? I don't know if I understand the question. Cookie Cat was a thing, and now you are Brownie Fox. Have you ever considered a franchising opportunity in, like, Cake Bear or something? Oh! Cupcake Kitten, Brownie Fox, Cake Bear. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're thinking. New username. Ditch Brownie Fox. Who cares how long I've had that? I'm Cake Bear now. I feel like I would attract a lot of gay men. And I am not a gay man, so I think it would just be disappointing. So what's happening in this game thing? We are playing through hypotheticals for future Deltarune chapters. This current one is a hypothetical ending, so we're going around town telling people, hey, one last thing to say to people before we shut down the fountain and everybody dies. Essentially, well, dies more like, or like put away, I think is a better way to think of it. Cookie Cat made me also think of Steven Universe, which is why I was having a hard time grasping it. I have no money, but on everyone's soul, I'm gonna nail this job interview. I believe in you. I think you got it in you. This fan game is like a bunch of small, Small 10-minute to 30 to 40-minute fan games. When I was putting this on, like... Why was I on YouTube looking this up? I don't know. No, I was just Googling it. That's it. I was just Googling it, and it looks like most playthroughs are like an hour and a half-ish, so... I'm not planning to stream long, just kind of until I get through the game. Oh, Cupcake Kid, yeah. Nice, alliterative, hard to say really fast. If gay men appreciate my work, that's good. Boss, I'm so ashamed of you. How could you let the prince cause such chaos? Oh, I'm sorry, but there wasn't much of a choice. Ah, well, I suppose you're right. I've grown to accept a little disorderliness. It doesn't hurt anybody. Also, your glasses are slightly crooked. What? From Lancer buying the town or the castle town? It's a closed manual. It appears you won't be needing any more of its knowledge. Nowhere to save. I'm sure, not if you ask nicely, but just like leave some stuff on your floor, she'll get around to whipping you. I don't think the process of closing Wellesley's fountain will be as peaceful as this. I agree. I actually think it's going to be either a little more chaotic or we just won't have the chance to go in and close it. Of course, a lot of if anybody has ever watched any of Eastern Criminals animatics, she's my sister. So a lot of my theories kind of align with that of it being sudden, everything's in chaos, kind of what we see also from the ending of Paper Trail, the fan comic by Lynx Griffin. The shop is closed. No, shop! This is the worst day of my life. Why am I playing this game? The Brownie Fox ending. That's the really good one. The cafe is closed. Young masters, our journey has finally been fulfilled. We have managed to sweep and clean the entirety of this little town. And just in time, too. But I want to talk to Swatch. I love them. No Sham, no Swatch so far. What is this? Paper Trail is so good. I really enjoyed it. Its ending is abrupt, but I think it's good in its abruptness. You don't know what I would say at all, Lawrence. Chris Deltarune would not say that. Don't tell the big guy that I said this, but I'm a dust bunny. Security? There's still dust around, guys. We never even finished that. I can't believe this is happening. The cafe is closed right as I was going to try it for the first time. Why'd you have to go seal the fountain today of all days? Can we do it tomorrow, maybe? The fountain being sealed has let me really reflect on my life. All the people I've met, the adventures I've been on. I used to work in a mundane office building with people I hate. Yeah, not the greatest history, but at least it got better near the end. Sometimes that's all you can hope for, getting a little better near the end. Piles of dust? Asriel's dust? Mama Amoeba, welcome to Top Bakery. Our special chefs spin baked goods at the top of their class. Today's special, nothing, closed for the time being. The Top Bakery is closed. Oh, welcome home. Owner Town is in disarray. And then I heard a Lightner open to their own fountain. But I don't believe it. The Lightner would never do that. Yeah, as if. Not even I could survive that long. Defeating 20 enemies with no healing? Impossible. What I'm hearing is I really, really did really good at the party dojo. What can I say? I'm an expert at this game. The party dojo is closed. Chris might say that. I can't imagine. Oh, I am so curious about what's going on over here in the game. I cannot wait to find out more. Potassium? Fountain being sealed. Ha! That's what they want you to think. It's all a hoax, a ploy, a cunning scheme, a synonym for plan. Mr. Hacker? It's true. Chris and Susie will be sealing the fountain soon. Drat! My game night has to be postponed yet again! Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Sorry for any weird noises right now. Oh, don't forget that Chris uses they them. Sorry, I was leaning over, and so now instead I've set everything on top of my old saxophone case, so I'm not leaning over so much. I don't think there's just a fairly good chance. I think there's almost a 100% chance that we will be going back to that area eventually. Is there an animation where Chris pushes Ralsei into the acid river? I don't remember that. Can Brownie Fox make an Azrael's Dust theory video? I don't know what it is because I don't use Reddit. Also, the friend inside me theory? I think Azrael's Dust is more of a Jaru Jaru. If I remember correctly, I believe he is kind of the founder / biggest supporter of the theory. Essentially, Azrael dies in the closet. And so his dust are the piles of dust that we see. It's also why Ralsei exists as he is. The friend inside me theory, that's the Woody theory, right? That has to do with the chapter 3 secret boss being a Woody figure. Woody-like of an abandoned TV show, and also we're gonna keep the cute cowboy outfits that Toby said got cut. If I remember these right. I might not be remembering these right. I'm a little rusty on some of these. Or at least another area that looks the same, like the ruins, home, and new home. Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that. Jaru makes a lot of fun theories, but I don't think Jaru necessarily makes believable theories. Does that make sense? But he does put a lot of effort into it, and I do appreciate the amount of effort that goes into them. My personal problem with Jaru theories actually has nothing to do with the content. He has this way of speaking that always sounds like he's on the edge of saying something really important. And he'll talk like that for an extended period of time. Which makes it hard for me to listen. That's like, so like, my problems actually don't have very little to do with the content itself. Spooky Dude made a good video about Woody theory. Yes, I would look at Spooky Dude. Part of the reason why I haven't made videos about some of these theories is because I don't feel like I need to, because there are other people who made theories. I would prefer to make videos about my own thoughts and theories, which I have before. Maybe I'll touch on it. I haven't made Deltarune Deltarune Theory Basics 5 yet, and I haven't decided what I'm putting in that. I have an idea of like 4 or 5 things. I just need to read through and decide if I still want to have them there. So if you guys have any, maybe I'll make a post later today about like if you guys have any suggestions for Deltarune Theory Basics 5. Because it's number 5, I'm kind of like touching on common theories that we have going around right now, too. It was canceled. What do you mean Woody theory got deconfirmed? I didn't know that. Yeah, the videos are also really long. I am a fan of long video content. Sorry, let me look at this real quick and then I'll continue talking. Oh, there's nothing to look at here anyway. What was I standing here for? End up being a gag. I hope they are just a small gag. I think it'd be really funny if you have like a big sequence of getting into them and then they're like, it's cut. We told you it was cut. Get out of those dumb costumes. I think they look cute. Hey, look, there's Lancer. Oh, he's with his family. That's where they're. Silence!
Our beautiful spherical boy is fast asleep. He wore himself out after calming everyone in town.
Oh.
Lightner, Susie isn't. Lancer has told me many tales from your adventures. I'll admit, it's quite fascinating how quickly he's grown in the little time you've shared together.
He learns from the best, I guess.
Haha. Yes. I'll always be grateful for the joy you brought to my little spade prince. There is something else I have to tell you, Lightners.
He's ever so sorry for his actions long ago.
That.
Oh, hey, it's a new sprite. You would have kept stuttering, dear. Really quick before it gets too far gone in the comments. Any comments on glow shards? They seem to be kind of overlooked for being found in the cliffs and how they are almost like opposite of shadow crystals. I don't have many thoughts on them other than I agree that they are going to be important for future chapters. Okay. So I think they're actually going to be relevant to future chapters. I like that they are kind of opposite of the shadow crystals. I think the fact that they are explicitly said to be valuable towards the end of the game does two things. One, it incentivizes you to hold on to it until the end of the game without telling you it's a key item that you might need later. Two, it actually also incentivizes you to get rid of it. And I think both of those in measure are good for if it's supposed to be relevant later on. I'm a believer until chapter 3 releases and we see for sure if it was really removed or not. Yeah, like, I actually agree with that. Part of that is wishful thinking of like, oh, I like cowboys. I want there to be cowboys. I think it's one of those, so you're gonna read into everything that Toby Fox says for like deeper meaning. And yeah, it kind of is, but I think it's one of those ones that's kind of harmless. It's like, let people wonder if really it's cut or not. Just have some fun. If people were getting upset about it or causing discourse on the internet, that's a different thing. The common theory is that Dreadful and Spamton are exes. I actually don't subscribe to that. I'll be honest. I don't see them being close. Okay.
Well, we appreciate the apology, King. I'm glad to see you're growing to like Lightners. This is so wholesome, 100%. I must also make a grand apology video.
I don't know, Binary. What the hell are you saying?
Do you forgive me?
Fine, make peace, not war, or whatever.
How emotional! I could shed a tear right now. Not really, LMAO. I cannot physically do that.
I love Queen.
Oh, Susie dearie, I almost forgot something. Lancer wanted to give you this before falling into his slumber.
What is it?
A goodbye postcard. I helped him write it.
Ah, sweet!
He stapled a cookie to it.
This has been nice. However, as you are probably aware, we have business to attend to.
Yes, well, I suppose we cannot postpone the inevitable.
I'm saving this moment in my clips folder for keepsakes.
You got the postcard. Kinda smart though, having Lancer be sleeping both to imply that he did a lot of work and, let's be honest, to kind of save you from the big moment that would be saying goodbye to him for the last time, which would probably take a lot of work. Okay, oh yeah, I think it's pretty interesting that the first glow shard is also the first item we find. Absolutely. I remember in my first playthrough, I held on to that thing for dear life. When does everyone believe that the next newsletter comes out? I'm not sure. I would probably be on the team of next newsletter is going to come out when the trailer for chapters 3 and 4 drop. So if I were to just kind of randomly guess, let's say beginning of March. Oh, somebody else said March. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. Yeah, I don't see Jevil and Spamton being exes. A lot of people do. That's fine. Have fun. They're your little playthings. Do whatever you want with them. I don't see them being exes. I think Spamton hates Jevil's guts. I think Jevil actually could give less of a shit about Spamton. Robots came out. I've tried. What is going on in this Deltarune chapter 3? Oh, this is not Deltarune Chapter 3. This is a fan game called Deltarune Hyphothesis. Right now we are in the part that is the hypothetical ending to Deltarune. Yeah, Chapter 7 out early. Can you believe it? Lancer is like a cute little egg. Not too important. Not too important, not too unimportant. The eggs are everything. The eggs are the most important thing in the game. I am dedicated to the eggs. Egg theory, rotten egg theory, and nest theory, my two theories, I think are really important. I know I haven't made all that many videos, but I'm actually kind of tempted to remake that one just because it was my first one. There's a lot of things that I'm like, huh, that was bad. But I like the theories in and of themselves still. I remember how I used to think the glow shard would be a snowman piece. Oh, that'd be cool. Game was just released. Toby Fox was just like Shadow Drop, only for Brownie Fox to play. I'm just so special like that. What can I say? Thanks to the sale, you consider purchasing the free sample. Closing down sale, everything must go. All stock reduced from $4.99 to $4.98. These days, am I right? The economy. Everybody cheers. What the hell is rotten egg theory? 1 second. I'll get into my little egg theories in a minute. King is really interesting. He seems to be the closest character to the knight, with Sham implying that King and the knight were seen together when he was put in power. That is really interesting. He hasn't said anything particularly illuminating yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does soon. That's the video that introduced me to this channel. Yay! I'm glad! I'm glad it's still getting people seeing it, or you watched it a year or two ago. Oh my god, how long has it been? A year and a half ago when I first made it? The real Deltarune Chapter 7 is the fan games we made along the way. Sometimes that's how it's gotta be. It's kind of underrated. I think it's important that he's still around, though. We still have him. Oh my god, the postcard! I already forgot that I got it. Thank you for reminding me. I don't think King and the Knight actually met. I don't think they actually met, but I do think that King knows more about him than other people know about him. After I read this, I'll talk about my eggs. A birthday postcard with goodbye plastered on top. You take out the postcard. Oh, for Susie and the others. Happy goodbye. Hey, Susie and Co. I had the genius idea to write a cool oh, I don't like that.
Hey, Susie and Co. I had the genius idea to write a cool This is kind of my jumble voice, but that's okay. Postcard saying goodbye that you can keep forever and ever and ever and ever. Thank you for being my friend even when we were enemies all that time ago. We were cool, though. He's not allowed to say those kind of words, okay? You should tell all your Lightner friends about our cool adventures or even write a cool book. Anyways, I'm really tired and need to get some sleep.
King here, Lancer has fallen asleep. I'll finish it for him. Farewell, Lightners.
The Lancer faces everything. We were badass. Oh, Lancer cookie. $4.99.
Stop looking at me like that. I'm not tearing up.
It's okay to cry, Susie.
Ever since we finished board construction, I felt right at home.
It's happy about the new environment. Rest in peace, Lancer. And may legions of angels carry you home? Something like that. The music store is closed. Best to go out with your eyes closed, in this case.
I've been improving my social skills for quite some time now. This training dummy is a really good listener.
Never imagined my mannequin would end up becoming a counselor. Yes. Is it taller? I feel like it's taller.
I did it! I mastered the quintuple leg stance!
All my hard work will finally pay off, and I can finally reach the top of the fridge now! As a short person, I feel that. It seems to be locked and may never open again. May the hymn of the angel sing thee to thy rest. Spampton A. Spampton. It's peaceful down here. It's also quiet down here. That purple girl's breathing too loud. You're ruining my tranquility. Okay, you have fun. Okay, so. I have theories about the eggs. One is like good and one is negative. It's like if it's a good thing that you collect the eggs or if it's a bad thing if you collect the eggs. One is that the places that have the eggs, so like you put the egg in Asgore's fridge, you put the egg in Sans' convenience store. Nest theory, as I've called it previously, is that those locations during Chapter 7, all hell breaks loose, the roaring happens or whatever, they'll become like safe havens. Characters will be there and you can talk to them. And so it's not important in the way of like, it's going to save the world, but it's important in the way of like, you saved some people and you can interact with them. And in Deltarune, I feel like that's one of the good things, is that something that it can reward you with is being able to interact with people more. The like evil bad one is that it's the opposite. Oh, now I'm wondering if I can even remember my theory right. I believe it's the opposite of that, where these eggs are going to be doorways to make the town worse. They're going to hatch rotten egg. The rotten egg hatches. Those locations are overcome with darkness and you lose the ability to interact with those people. And it's kind of like a little slap on the wrist of like, you dug into shit that you weren't supposed to. Whap. I see the first theory being more possible than the second theory, just because I feel like Toby would not... What's the word I'm looking for? Opposite of a reward. Would not make you feel bad for discovering those. Eggs could be Light World save points. That's a good thing. That's a good point. I think I heard that Toby Fox, if this is true, that somebody convinced him to put a save point in the Light World. For one of the chapters, just because it would be annoying to not have a save point. And then I saw somebody else be like, what if it was petting the annoying dog saved you? And I'm like, Oh, now we're talking. Berserk theory. Eggs are pieces of Gaster and he will be reborn through them one day. Honestly, I could see that. The only reason why I wouldn't is because they're supposed to be... I haven't played Berserk. I'm assuming that this has to... Or not played. Read Berserk. I'm assuming this has to do with that manga. The only reason why I would not think that is because they're also unimportant. They are both important and unimportant. So it's trying to think of what would fit those two categories. Blue Sky. Yes. He's been updating a lot on Blue Sky. The theme in the castle really reminds me of Earthbound. It's very Earthboundy from what I've known of Earthbound. I actually haven't played it personally. Walking up to the door, you feel an overwhelming sense of closure. Are you sure you're ready to leave? Get me out of here! This is the door that leads to the base of the fountain. Ralsei. Is this really the last time we'll see you? Oh my god, why am I tearing up? Like, what if somebody else tried opening another fountain? I'm not sure, Susie. However, if anything like that did happen, I think I have a good idea on who would be called upon. Oh, I see. We're the Dark Fountain Plumbers. It appears so. Okay, let's do this. God, oh my god, why am I crying? This isn't the real game ending. Are you coming with us? No, I'll be watching from the balcony upstairs, though. Oh, and watch your step. I haven't been down there in a long time. You don't have to stick around, but thanks for liking my videos. Trying to figure out which one to work on next. That's been my biggest... Oh my gosh, she's talking and she's not the topic. Chris, can I ask you something? When this is all over, will we still be friends? Chris, say something. Who am I kidding? We still need to finish that school project. Call back! And I don't think I could ever lose a friend like you. Alright. Whenever you're ready. Oh. It was as if your very soul was glowing. Oh, Lancer's awake! Do you think they'll like our parting gift? Obviously, it stars me, after all. Well, I guess you've got a good point there. There it goes. They'll be with you in the dark. The supply room. It would be nice to not close Castletown in the actual game. I can't see a way to end it without closing it, though, personally. What if the overworld save system is something like telling Onion Sand about your day? Kind of like how in Mother 3, the save system is frogs keeping track of your story. Oh, I like that! Not to mention, Onion Sand kind of has an implied connection to the dark. The only problem I would have is I actually don't think Onion Sand is going to show up in chapter 3 or 4 because I think they're going to swim off to try and find the darkness and they're not going to come back from it. Oh my god, the red horns! And the cards! I'm a big red horns Ralsei theory. Chris? So this is what the supply closet actually looks like? Gotta say, it's not quite as grand as a whole kingdom. Hey, you're sweating. Are you okay? Are you spooked? What's wrong?
I'll give you a minute. There you are, Sham! Sham, I missed you! Where were you?
You can't think straight. You can't think straight. I don't know. I've never insulted Onion San. I think they do. I think I've seen a playthrough where somebody did, and they just like sink down. You can't think straight. Can I not? Hello? You looked at the ball of drunken admiration. Nothing happened. Ball of junk. A small ball of accumulated knickknacks cobbled together in your pocket. Still just pencil and bandage. Call home. Oh, check stats. That's a good one.
Hello, Chris. I'm rather busy right now. Would Susie happen to be with you currently? She is. Perfect. I'm baking something for both of you, so don't be too long.
Oh, I already checked stats. What am I saying? We're poor. We're broke. Can't think straight. Can I try and go after her? Am I ready to leave? I feel like there's something I'm supposed to be doing. Right? Like I'm supposed to grab the headband? Anybody who's seen somebody else play this, is there anything I can still do? Do I need to give up the ball of junk? You took it from your pocket. You have a very, very bad feeling about throwing it away. No! You felt a feeling of relief. Just exit? Okay. Let's go. Oh! Ow. Okay, yeah, that checks. Hey, it's me! Hey, what's up? Where are we going? Trying to move doesn't do anything. Now I'm in the box. Are they reopening? Oh! I know, red looks good on me. They're trying to. Oh. 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 They finally noticed the headband. Doesn't fit anymore. Oh, no, they made it fit. I mean, the thing is, as negative as a situation it is, they do need it. They do need their soul. Which I think is, one of the really interesting parts about Deltarune. Now we're looking cute. Now we're snazzy. It's the spoils from your adventures. Despite your urges, you accept that you'll need to return everything. Either that or be known as the town thief. I'm fine being known as town thief. What are my thoughts on the Chris is dead theory? Not a fan. If I'm thinking about it right. Can you explain it to me? I think I've heard a couple iterations of Chris being dead. Okay. Anything new? Anything important? It's a full house. Some of them seem familiar. Pile of boxes. One box is full of dusty fantasy books. Another box is full of packing peanuts, not the tasty kind. You turn on the laptop. The last open web page is a tutorial on how to make DIY battle armor. You bookmark the page and close the laptop. Nope. I think it's plausible as a theory for Chris to be dead and possessed, dead and a zombie, like a weird half-dead state. Again, I think there's a lot of ways that you can take a Chris is dead theory. I'm not sure if I believe any of them, though. So in this AU, where are all the darkness from chapters 3 through 7? They were at the top of the cliff, probably, that we couldn't get to. And they were like, oh, we know you want a moment with just the OGs, so we're going to give you a moment with just the OGs and take a nap over here. And we were just like, thank you. We already said our sad goodbye to all of you, and we appreciate everyone, especially Secret Boss to the left, Flowey Jr. or whatever. Chris is referred to as being a zombie, and some references to demonic rituals. That is true. They have been referred to being a zombie, but I guess you're supposed to attribute that to just like the general teens are zombies in the morning. Am I right? I can believe like a demonic ritual was involved, though. I can support that. One of my explanations for why the night doesn't create multiple fountains per day is that creating one fountain requires an amount of determination so long there's not enough left. I can get behind that. Have you made a video on the night? I don't think I have. I think I've touched on the night. In my Deltarune Theory Basics, I have a section where I kind of talk about the night. Here are some of the typical night candidates. But I don't have any theory about who the night is. For that one, I would suggest... Now I can't think of his name. Cammy Boy? He's like a little blue guy. And he's only made like 2 videos. But one is about the night just being a title attributed to anybody who starts a dark fountain. And I liked his video. I also like that it's photos of him working on a physical board. I'm kind of like, would it be possible to steal that? I won't steal that. I have my board and my conspiracy board digitally that I'll just update. Chris has blue skin in the dark worlds, which might indicate that they were drowned, especially with the darkness equals water. Okay, that is interesting. The idea that water has to do something with it being drowned, blue. 7 days and 7 nights. Yes, that's it. Opinions on chess theory. It's something I firmly believe in, but I'd like to throw how you feel about it. I'm pretty positive on the theory. Again, I vaguely believe it. I believe it a little less these days than I think I did when I first heard it back in chapter 1, early chapter 2 time. But I think it's a plausible theory. I like it. I like the idea of running into people who kind of have to do with it. I think especially in chess, the knight is the character piece that can do the things that other pieces cannot do. So I think it's interesting. The only thing is that I feel like if you were going to go with that, why would you make a chessboard in a dark world? I feel like it mixes some of the analogies. 7 human souls, and with the power of 7 souls, the King Asgore. I think the idea was that Chris sold their soul to a demon gaster and their original soul was placed with us. I saw a comic about that on Tumblr by a popular Tumblr artist. Was it Lynx Griffin or was it the person, or was it Bright Goat? It might have been Bright Goat. But I really like it like that. Birdley is the knight. Canon. Confirmed. The end. Stop. End there. The crystal, their soul to the demon, and their soul is replaced with us. Living theory. Mice are cool. If Chris is in the night, I think 7 days, 7 nights makes the most sense. Otherwise, it feels random for Chris to make one of them. Chapter 3 is the biggest enemy. Yeah, Chapter 3 is the biggest enemy to most theories. The fact that Chris makes this dark fountain messes with a lot of things. That's fine. You don't have to believe every theory that I enjoy or believe. There could be one night. There could be no nights. Anyway, let's get out of here. Are you ready to leave? Absolutely. Oh, sitting spray. Hey. Did you, like, sprout horns in there or something? Yes. Whoa, wait, humans can actually do that? Guess you really do look like your mom now. Pretty cool, actually. So, while you were in there, I found something. It was just sitting in my pocket, I guess. Here, take a look. Oh. Oh. That's cute. That was cute. Oh, new log. I'll probably go through all of these, and then if I get the logs that I get, I'll probably... I missed somebody? The logs that I get, I'll probably go to and read at some point at the end. Does that sound alright? The night was just a figment of our imagination. Doubt. As we think Mike and Tenna could be brothers that fell out because of something that happened. If the chapter's theme is family. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I actually haven't heard that one. Considering they're both people that we have heard mentioned a few times, I actually could see that. If it's gonna be a family themed one. Susan being part human is a theory. Yes, I think Brightgo, again, I don't know why I get them so mixed up. Either Brightgo, no, I think this one was Lynx Griffin. Drew a comic of this. Although I believe a little less in Susie being part human and more of Susie, the typical Susie was raised by a human family. The Taz Cat! Oh my god! Does this mean that I didn't get one of the, like, extra pieces of paper? Something very interesting to note is that the windy noise we hear at the beginning of chapter 1 after we enter the dark... Yes! Ocean and water keeps coming up. I don't know what to do with that yet, but I think it's fascinating. Do I think Asgore will be in chapter 3? I do not. I think Asgore's going to kind of have his own dedicated chapter. Well, I think he could show up in, like, the way that most townspeople show up, but I think he's gonna have, like, an Asgore chapter. Maybe he will, like, pull a Mr. Incredible and be listening to the police channels. I could see that. Resolve the battle peacefully, defeat the Siplets with violence, take 0 damage to the entire... that was not happening. What if the, as of writing, unnamed Cup character first teased in the Deltarune Winter News 2024 newsletter was an enemy you fought in the Dark World? I love the little Cup guy. Little upside down solo Cup. Oh, whoops. Is my bestie. Oh, and they put Noella in. See, I don't think Noelle's gonna show up in this chapter, at the very least. Wait, look up there! It says they're serving free drinks up ahead? Finally, I've been dying for something to drink all day. Oh no. We're surrounded. Smells like watered down fruit juice, my favorite. That cutout looks freaky.
Tell me about it.
Do any of you want a cup too?
No thanks, I'm okay.
You shake your head. Suit yourselves. Sharing isn't my forte anyway. Oh. Noelle, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I could have sworn the cup just shook itself in my hand.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
I'm sorry, little buddy. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, his animation's really cute. See? I knew that damn cup moved on its own. Yeah, probably chapter 4. Exciting to think that we will be doubling the amount of Deltarune lore in the... It's super exciting. Listen, I haven't made like an original theory in a minute, because and part of that is like, it's things have kind of been theorized to death. So I'm excited for chapter 3 and 4 to be like, all right, new stuff, new release, get my hands messy. Let's see what I can cook up here. I think there's an imposter among those cups. What made you think that? What's with that angry look in its eyes? It's probably not happy about me dunking it in the punch bowl.
Wait, you don't think it wants to?
A sudden wave of thirst washes over you. Alright, let's go ahead and might as well check first. Might as well just get some good defenses in. Weird routes are hard. I'm not And not so solo cup. Oh, I like that. Chug chug. Oh shit, it's rising. Oh! So do you guys think I'm gonna get the no-hit run or what? I think the weird routes are only gonna be a Noelle thing. I think it will end well with all the characters. I'm kind of torn. I guess I could see it being a Noelle only thing. I could also see it easily being a more general thing. I don't think it's gonna be the way that's... There's a lot of people who are very much like... sorry, let me pause this while I say this. Like, this time, it's gonna be Toriel, and Toriel kills Undyne. Especially at the end of chapter 2, a lot of people kind of were following that theory. I don't think it's gonna be like that. I can't quite say what I think it's gonna be, but I know it's not gonna be that. But I also don't think it's going to be totally Noelle, although I did just watch that new animatic that has me thinking more about Noelle. Hi, your favorite Deltarune theorist telling you, I don't know, who knows? Fizzy juice tastes like fizz. And pizza sauce? I can't wait for the hyper-specific neutral route where you get the Thorn Ring, don't kill Birdly, do weird route in Chapter 3, play Chapter 4 normally with Snowgrave, the secret boss. Everybody's really excited for the really, really specific ones, and I think absolutely those are gonna come true and happen. Toriel doesn't seem that suggestible to harm. Yeah, I also don't think she is. I think you'll be locked in the weird route once you've initiated it in Chapter 2. I don't know, actually. I don't think so. I think it will have permanent impacts, but I don't think you'll be locked to that route per se. Like, that you'll need to do more on purpose to get the total weird route ending. Flamin' hot spicy fizz. Cheers to friends we've made along the way. Alright, let's try and not suck at it this time. I failed. Oh, it's over, guys. It's so over. Okay, we'll go ahead and cheers. Oh no, Noelle's doing pretty bad. I was about to say, we're doing pretty okay on health. We're not. Alright, nice. Is that, no, he still needs 10 more %. Oh, good. I was starting to wonder, like, okay, is there just one animation? But there are multiple attacks, at least. Alright, so we'll get you to cheers. We'll get you to... Might as well also have all of you do the other one. Yay, that's one! To a cool rock I saw on the ground earlier. Cheers to the wish that this fight will end soon. Oh, they say little cheers. I wish I was paying more attention though and also making them do it more. I'm sorry, I don't know why, but this one like messes with me. I can't think about how to dodge it well. I don't know how you, well, I guess I would know how you would do this without getting hit, but I'm not gonna do it. I just feel like Toby ultimately wants to promote a message of Pollyanna? Where you can save the world by being kind and striving for raw power. Striving for raw power will sacrifice your friends. Yeah, I can see something like that. I don't know what you mean by Pollyanna, but that being kind is the way to get through things. Kind of, except that we do have the message at the end of chapter 1 being sometimes you need to act in order to do good. Like, fight for good. And so I feel like to have that be the message in chapter 1 and not follow it up somewhere else along the line would be a misstep, theme-wise. Put Chris in danger for Toriel to kill others. Okay. I'm not a believer in Toriel being in chapter 3 personally, but if she is, I can see that. The no-hit is possible. We can do it. We are not doing it on today's stream at the very least. What if the weird route is how you get the true ending? I feel like Deltarune is going to be one of those games where if there are multiple endings, which we don't know, and as far as we know, there is not going to be. And it also depends on what you define as an ending and being different endings. I don't think I think it would be one of those games where you don't know the true ending. Which one is true. I think there's like a better one, but whether that better one is true or not is up to interpretation. Because Jevil and Spamton have voice lines, perhaps Gaster will have full voice lines while still speaking in Wingdings. That would be interesting, but it would be a lot of work. I'm not sure if I would like Gaster having an official voice. A Pollyanna is someone who is excessively optimistic or has an irrepressible tendency to find good in everything. The term can be used as a noun or an adjective. It was a big theme in Earthbound. Okay. Let's see, where were we? Right. Cheers! To the difficulties we've triumphed. Oh, shit. Whee! Alright, and then go ahead and spare these two. And I imagine this is the end of this bit, but just in case. Oh, it didn't let me anyway. Okay. I think one of the messages of Deltarune is just because your choices do not matter doesn't mean your relationship with other characters don't matter. And that's what I think too. I think that's going to be the thing, is that the ending is the same, but like the strict nature of like the end, what happens at the ending, how you solve this will be the same, but your relationships with the characters, even as far as like who's unharmed by the events, will be different. And I think some people would define that as a different ending, and I think some people would define it as the same ending. That wasn't so bad. You really thought those puny cups were gonna beat us? Of course not, silly. I would have preferred not battling, though. Chris, how do we tell her that most of what we do here is battling? Did you say something, Susie?
Oh, nothing. We're planning for future encounters.
There's going to be more fights?
Oops.
Wah wah. Done.
Nice job, team.
1A, scope creep. Oh. Interesting one to call that.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Whoa. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. While I'm here, do you think if I just talked to Taskmaster or the cat, I would be able to get that? Do I have to talk to everyone? Or can I just talk to the cat? I mean, it won't take that long. Look at how I'm speeding through this. I can do this.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, thank you. Oh, no, down here.
It wasn't the other Golden Sam, was it? I didn't talk to the other Golden Sam.
Yes, there we go. Okay, let's get out of here, gang. It was that easy.
Oh, you need a Sea Lancer. Okay. Am I already sprinting?
Yes, I am. Yes, we see Lancer. He's doing so good. He's napping. It's beautiful. Get to talk to everyone record. I'm sorry, I just noticed the cups. My pacified cups are here. They're just my friends. They're just my besties. Well, see you guys. My little siplet ghosts. Oh, they're still here. I thought they were gonna leave when I went to the other room. Are they? Huh. At the very least, they're out of sight. Out of sight, out of mind.
They have hearts because they love me.
Even the cups are here. Let's do this. Des is in torment and loneliness. No, Des has the little heart cups who are glitched out like she is. Fascinated to learn more about Des. I'm sure everybody is, but that everyone does in fact include me. Oh, whoops. I don't mean to alarm anybody, but the siblet ghost just kind of passed by. Oh no, did I? She's gonna keep talking. Can I get out of the menu? Do you think if I just quit now? I bet if I quit now. Will it not let me? Ah, return to menu. This is getting really rough really fast, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Probably learn more about her in chapter 4. That's what I'm hoping. I might be breaking. I didn't mean to break the game. I was just trying to rush through the dialogue. Checking their pockets with... Yeah, I'm just rifling through my pockets, seeing if I have any gum, okay? God. Game 3, Dust is going to be like Mari from Omori. I have not played Omori. I've heard a lot of people speculate that it has similar themes to what Deltarune will have. And so I'm a little reluctant to play it because I want those themes to hit me good for Deltarune. And I know that's a weird and lame reason to think that and not play it. I've heard good things about Omori. I've also heard, like, vague bad things about Omori. I don't have much of an opinion on that other than that. Okay,
Excuse me. Meet a new friend and set off on grand adventures. Overworlds and oh, this must be... Oh my god, is it just getting worse? It won't let me go. Are we going? Yeah! God, that was scary. I also hope not, because that would be creatively lazy. I don't think it will be lazy. I think it's just sometimes people have similar thoughts theme-wise, and it's disappointing when an idea that you had is used by somebody else. So I don't think it's like theming lazy. I don't think so. This is why bug testing is important. As far as I know, I am the bug tester. It's a fan game, okay? There's gonna be some little problems, and that's okay. Sans fixed it. He's got my back. You see, I've got skeletons in my closet. For real? Nah, I'm out here right now. Whee! It's a blue hamster wheel, missing a hamster. Or a rock? Do you guys have a hamster? Nah, my bro just wanted the wheel part. Only the wheel? He uses his fingers to pretend he's running inside of it. Oh, that's cute! I'd imagine he'd like a giant one his size. Unfortunately, they're out of stock. I would imagine, because he's like a skeleton, he'll take off his hand and just like put his hand in there, and his hand little like runs. Sans is an experienced quantum scientist. He knows how to fix almost anything. That's really why the third part is here, for him to kind of clean up any problems you had with the first two. I wish I could remember my dreams from 2011. I think there were some good game ideas in there. I've been having some weirdly vivid dreams personally recently. It's been kind of spooky. Not that I can recall them right now, but just I remember them being intense and very feeling real. You take a look inside the fridge. One small tub of ice cream sits at the bottom. It looks untouched. The rest of the fridge is filled with instant noodles. Feel free to take one. They're pretty easy to cook. Yeah! Oh, I forgot to look at the things. I was so busy trying not to die. Susie got the instant noodles. Who said anything about cooking them? Honestly, a thing of like ramen noodles, like the cheap ramen noodles, and you just bite into it, that's deluxe. Your hands are already clean. You know what they say. What? All toasters toast bread. Yeah, no duh. Why is he just chuckling to himself? It's a pan with a bunch of mismatched ingredients cobbled together. The look of it alone makes you want to gag. Don't mind that. I tried cooking for the first time. I'm quite the chef. What is it? Well, that's for you to decide. Smells sour. Toby probably woke up in a cold sweat and immediately wrote down everything that happened, knowing that his imagination was coming up with something special. I mean, I do think I've had a few dreams where I've woken up and I've been like, whoa, that shit was crazy. Where if it's intense enough and you think about it enough afterwards, you can hold on to it, or at least if you get like a trigger for it afterwards, like you see a dog and you're like, ugh. I remember in my dream there was a dog flying, but most importantly, it was in a post-apocalyptic America, except everybody lived inside a Wendy's, and then you just take out the dumb parts like the Wendy's and you have something cool. Well, that's why it's called instant noodles. Instant, as in this instant, I am going to eat them. Of course, fire burns. Whoa, you have one of those fancy giant TVs? I'm looking at the trash can. Yeah, works wonders for the news channel. It's not all you guys use it for? News? On the off chance newspapers are sold out. Turn on the TV for a moment. The text, breaking news, is burnt into the top left of the screen. He wasn't joking? Post-apocalyptic Wendy story could slap. Do you just carry that bread with you? It's your literal enemy. Oh, Bricks, I didn't see you come in. Why would you buy his product? Breaking news, broke the TV. I'm sorry, I'm just sitting here in that joke for a minute, appreciating it, soaking it in. Couch! Damn, that's a pretty cool couch. Yeah, it's pretty old. Came with the house, actually. Don't let the looks fool you. It's still comfy. Take a seat, it won't disappoint. Sure. Ooh! Comfy! Oh. A built-in trampoline? Another bounce will be $1. Susie would love that. Makes me think of that one of my favorite fics, Jangly Old Couch, though. Sock did not make the cut in this universe. It's kind of tragic. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this. It's a comic book. The title reads, Bon Voyage! Tales of the Magical Heroes. What do you want to do? Read. A few skeletons stand on the edge of the cliff. A purple hooded skeleton hurls his fist into the sky. All of a sudden, a great battle breaks out. Swords clashing, magic flying through the air. Gonna have to cut you off there, pal. It gets pretty graphic on the next page. That's the whole point! Fold. Oh, it's a little duck, little swan. It's a comic swan. The title reads, you can't make it out anymore. In this universe, Papyrus stays at home and picks up all the socks Sans leaves on the floor. Yeah. Little baby bones. I'm not done yet. Come on, skeleton man, you know me. Sans, I don't mean to alarm you. Your door is not on fire and it's making me uncomfortable. I think Sans would appreciate a comic swan, actually. Listen, we don't know that he wouldn't like it like that. It's a framed picture of a bone. The sheer magnitude of artistic expression leaves you awestruck. Shield your eyes from its beauty? No. You continue indulging in the artwork. You conclude that this is indeed a masterpiece. Glad to see at least somebody here appreciates true art. It's just a bone? Do you guys remember when... One second. You place your hand on the doorknob. Bzzz. You just got electrocuted. Shocked? Do you guys remember when Undertale first came out? Or around the time Undertale came out? Pizza! And everybody, like... Every time that a YouTuber tried to stream it, everybody was really critical of their voice acting and the voice they chose to do for Sans specifically. That's to say, I really appreciate you guys not making fun of how bad my Sans voice is. Chris is a compulsive origamier. It's a issue many people struggle with. It's a femur, isn't it? It was some rough times. Pizza slice, an incredibly soggy slice of pizza from Icy's. No, we'll save the pizza. Oh shit, I didn't mean to. No! Oh well. I'm not gonna try and redo this because we saw how well that worked with the last one. Sans is a complete mystery to me in that I have zero clue what I think he should sound like. Almost every voice I've heard is not quite it, and I don't know what it would be. I mean, I've always been he sounds like, not always. I've come around to the Patrick Star voice. I think that's pretty good. I've also seen somebody do kind of like a Brooklyn accent, and And I actually did enjoy that. Or is it Brooklyn or Boston? What's the difference? I'm not in the New England area often. Voice acting is the funniest part of the Undertale Deltarune streaming, and I'm trying so hard, guys. I mean, Sans is supposed to sound like his voice clip, but that just kind of gives you an idea of kind of like the register he's at. One time this YouTuber gave Sans a high voice, and it was the most funny thing I've ever heard, and in the next video, he changed the voice because the commenter said the voice was wrong. That sucks. I can't do it. Alright. Papyrus time. I forgot to read your door. I'm so sorry. With the power of my mighty blade, I will slay you, beast. He's ready for you. Did he like set up things? For millennia, I've laid in rest, waiting for this very day. It's hard to do a Skeletor voice, but like a young Skeletor voice. The day I set off on my quest for riches and power, my fate is already decided, and it states I will be the greatest. Ooh! Fun lighting. Oh my god. For I am the one and only Great Knight of Varrock. Prepare to say nighty-night, beasts, as you'll be dead by daylight. Dark World Papyrus? I'm a believer in the... It's very Dark Knight Papyrus. I'm a believer in Papyrus not being necessarily the Dark Knight that's been doing shit, but that he has previous experience with Dark Worlds. That's my theory, for all those so curious. Wait a minute. Nighty-night? You made the last line of my introduction a pun? He had Sans write it for him? Oh my god. Yep. I'm supposed to be intimidating, not witty. Oh, it's cardboard. I thought I asked you to write these seriously. He's a little older than I was expecting. I can work with this. I have not played Dead by Daylight. I'm so sorry. I love the Shrek years, though. I think I saw this one in the Under event. What's it called? Not commercial, not ad. Trailer? Ugh! That's what I'm talking about. Hey, relax. Your guest found it funny. My guests? Hi? These were the people I wanted you to meet. Where are my manners? Oh my gosh, my voice is... I'm so sorry. Greetings! My name is Papyrus. And I'm Susie. It is a pleasure to meet you, Susie. And you must be Chris, correct? Sans has told me many interesting facts about you. Many of them nonsensical. Is it true humans can fly? Yes. Hey, Papyrus, how about you give them a tour of your room? That's a brilliant idea, Sans. Why do you still have your ogre ears on? Wouldn't be able to hear you otherwise. Chris, Susie, let us begin our grand tour through my bedroom. First important stop on the journey. Behold my trash can. However, now, you may be inclined to think I use it. You'd be wrong, as a note here reads, closed for renovations. So, I'll have to wait until those are done. Who's renovating your trash can?
Great question. The answer remains a mystery.
Trashy. Trashy is the key to all of this. Okay, I need you guys to understand. He is the through line that connects and makes sense of Deltarune. You just wait.
Here is my radical bed, perfect for snooze cruises.
Whoa, is that thing able to drive?
You have a keen eye. Sadly, it doesn't drive.
Gas prices are too high around here.
Next, feast your eyes on this piece of art. Sans scored it at a garage sale recently.
Live, laugh, love. What's that supposed to mean? Have you really seen people say that Trashy proves Papyrus Night theory? I have to assume they have reasoning? That's insane. Why? I will also say this is an interesting take on Papyrus so far because a lot of people have written him as kind of a shut-in. So the idea of him not being that is fun. In Undertale, he calls the trash can trashy. There's been theories made off of less. And Newbert is the true prince from the dark. How does trashy... It's the night made the dark world. Yeah. Yeah, you can make a theory off of that. Sure, why not? Use it as proof. I've used plenty of shitty things as proof, so... Or not proof, evidence. No, yeah. Like you were saying, Bricks. More evidence than, like, proof.
I believe it to hold a deeper meaning. The sun is alive and it loves laughing.
Perhaps it's just an inspirational message. Should I love laughing every moment I live? Good questions. This is the kind of thinking I want for my students. This is where all the magic happens. My computer! I'd love to show you the adventures I've been on, but the internet is out. I can't log in. Sans must have forgotten to pay the bill. And this is my new friends, is the one and only wonderful table of wacky whimsical wonders. A vast land full of whatever you imagine. And best of all, you can be whoever you wish. I do have an unrelated question for you two. What fantasy classes would you two be? Night is in the closet. I hope they come out sometime. Night is in the closet. Gay people. Skeletons in the closet. It's all coming together, okay? Fantasy classes? Maybe one that could do magic? Susie. Susie, you're a barbarian. Come on. Come on, girl.
A mage! Master of the arcane arts! Great pick! And you, Chris, what class would you be?
We can't be two mages. Come on, we need to think about party balance here. Clearly, Papyrus is already the knight, so we should be the archer. Although, actually, I would argue that having a team with two people who are kind of more back row and only one guy who's front row is a bad idea. But there's nobody else who would be front rows. And I don't want two knights. Susie is kind of going the paladin class. There should be absolutely be a bard option. Love me a good bard option. Chris just wants a break. Chris just wants to be themselves, okay?
Interesting
toys. I haven't met many archers. I prefer up-close combat and getting my hands dirty. Well, that brings us to the end of the tour. Hey, wait, what about the rest of the stuff on the table? You want to know more? Yeah, it sounded kind of cool, and I like fantasy stuff. That's quite open of you, Susie. I personally would not write Susie so open about her interests, but this could be like chapter 5 or 6 where she's kind of more opening up to other people other than just Chris. Oh, you're right. Mage, humans can't use magic. And also to see is like, if he's like, no, you can't. We can't have 2 mages. One moment. Susie, Chris, how would you like to learn the age-old game of Overworlds and Ogres? Love me some good O&O. And we've got time to kill. Sure, why not? We're waiting till nighttime to go to the next dark fountain, am I right? Wonderful. Gather round the table. Are you free? Perfect. You should come over for a little O&O. OAO. Wow. Wow. Who do we think this is? My money is on Hapstablook/Metaton. Everybody says the name Hapstablook comes from somewhere. I feel like I've never actually seen it. Oh yeah, kind of a kindred spirit in Papyrus, new to town, doesn't have any friends. As far as we know, monsters can't do magic in Deltarune. We have not seen any proof of it yet. Papyrus's headcanon in Undertale. Okay. Gotta get a good... It's time for TRPG theory to become real. I don't know if I know TRPG theory. Best/worst character. Oh! I could see it being Burger Pants. Hapstablook, the happy ghost. It's not wrong, it's just my headcanon. The implication is heavily that magic doesn't... Yeah. Alright. There's some new recruits joining us. Apologies for that, but I have good news. A legendary warrior, almost as great as me, will be joining us very shortly. And then Azrael just walks into the room and ruins everybody's theories about, like, anything in this game. In the meantime, you two have a lot to learn. But fret not, me and Sans are well equipped to teach. Chapter 1 error line of thinking that the dark worlds don't really exist. Yeah, I was never a really big fan of that. I could see it being kind of a half and half almost, but I was never big into the idea. Like, it's both them playing and it's real, but I was never a big fan into, like, it's just their imagination. That's, like, on par with a dream theory to me. Could be Mad Mew Mew. I don't think he would be friends with Undyne. Oh yeah, Mad Mew Mew is still a ghost, huh? Alright, I'll show you rookies how this works. This music hasn't been playing the whole time, has it? I kinda like it. First, we'll create our characters. For example, I am the Great Knight of Varrock. With my mighty blade, no beast stands a chance. Now, Susie, who will you be? I'm Susie the Mage. Come now, you can be more imaginative. Let me think. Can't wait for the combat to be when it's fired dragon blazers, and so we actually already know how it works, and it's just, I would love that. That would be awesome. Or for us to be tutorialized on a completely new battle system, pretty, like a simple one, sort of in Stars in Time where it's like a rock, paper, scissors. That'd be fun. I am Suzira the Mystic. Ah, excellent! That suits you well. Now then, Chris, who shall you be? How about Chris the Human? Now who's not being creative. Now that our characters are ready, let's move on to the gameplay. Sans will be our narrator for this epic quest.
Hello, said me.
He'll describe all of the dangers and troubles we face. He'll also roll 2 dice to dictate fate. High number? Great! Low number? Count your prayers. I think because it's another world's D&D, I think it should be the opposite. I think low numbers should be what you're going for, and high numbers are worse. That's my hot take. Don't think about too hard how it would mess with the system of D&D. Oh, what? Spamton G. Spamton. I missed that. Hey, welcome. Token human on the team. I'm just the token human. What's even the point of this? Kara the human. That would be funny. This is the part where I reveal I actually have not personally played in Stars of Time. My sister played through all of it and told me about it, but I still have not played it for myself, and I need to. In game, we control our characters' actions. In battle, we'll choose our moves wisely. We need to work together if we want to succeed. Now that we've covered the basics, let's begin our journey. To start you two off easy, Sans, give us a nice basic adventure.
Football? The great knight of Varrock, Suzira the Mystic, and Chris enter a temple.
A heist for a last artifact. Thrilling!
Varrock triggers a pressure plate, activating a trap. Massive boulder drops, crushing the entire party.
Woo! Who wants to play again? Wait, didn't Sans say in Deltarune that Papyrus needs friends? Who was he calling? Yeah, this is one of those, Hyphothesis. Okay. So non-canon. What? Nice move, Varrock. We're dead already. It wasn't my fault. Sans set me up.
You did say a nice and basic adventure.
The nerve. Whatever, let's retry. This time, my character will be more vigilant. Whoa! Patch of moss!
Guys, big stream for me. I just got a patch of moss. I don't want to brag too bad. I'm basically set for the month, rent-wise. Oh, I could see it being a reference to the Halloween hack. I haven't played Earthbound. I also have not played the Halloween hack. Maybe Papyrus' friend is some king of bad influence. No matter. Sans, could you let him in, please? On it, Your Highness.
So, Papyrus, what's the deal with this legendary warrior? Where do I even begin? You see, in our adventures, I tend to, not survive very long. Boulders crush me, swinging axes slash me. No matter what, I never seem to make it to the end. Except when he's in the party. We make it slightly further. Somehow, he defies Sans' ridiculous challenges. And together, we become an unstoppable duo. Sounds like a stoppable duo. That makes it 2 more feet, though. Sounds like they do all the heavy lifting. Nonsense! My enthusiasm is key to our victory. No! Of course. Oh my god, wait, Sans makes it impossible if he doesn't have a friend to incentivize him playing with a friend, to incentivize him having friends and getting out and finding people to play games with. Oh my god, he cares about his brother! I'm a big Birdley stan, actually. I love Birdley. I think he's funny. I think he's fun. I also think he has an interesting character arc so far.
Fear not, citizens! Your hero in enchanted armor has arrived! Betrayed by my original flock, I vow to help the innocent. Give up whilst you still have a chance, wicked beast, lest you face the wrath of the Azure Falcon.
Azure Falcon? I think this takes place like... Actually, does it say? I would imagine this is like 4 or 5, day 4 or 5.
Susie? Chris? You're the 2 new recruits joining our party?
Yeah, seems like it.
I was just educating them on how to play. Perfect. But are they fit for combat?
Oh yeah, I imagine nobody knows the Dark World is real.
Susie, a giant ogre attacks. What do you do?
Cast a death spell.
Yep, I deem them ready.
This is a real step down from the Dark World? How can you say that? This is on par, if not better. Get out of my chat. Cast the death spell on them.
Ooh.
Varrock, Azure Falcon, and Suzira and Chris embark on a grand adventure. An ancient ruin that holds a mystical artifact calls for them. Will they triumph in the dangers or forever rot in these walls? Who wants to tell them that, like, the divider that the DM sits behind is facing us and not Sans? Who's gonna tell them?
I will equip my mighty blade and trusty shield. My halberd, blessed by the Aves god, will be accompanying me.
I'll bring a cool stick that looks like a staff. You'll be bringing a crossbow. The party set off on their adventure. Varrock enters Wait!
I pick up a stone and toss it into the doorway of the ruins.
12. Boulder drops where you would have stood. Oh, Burley really does play hard to keep Pyrus alive, huh? I appreciate that, actually. There is absolutely a dog that's been absorbing artifacts through all of their games and is going to be the BBEG.
Wowie! Such clever foresight! Adventuring 101, watch out for booby traps.
Stop giggling, Sans. The party enters the ancient ruin. A smell of damp moss fills the air. Deeper within, they come upon a large pile of golden coins.
Perfect! We've already found our loot! This isn't the mystical artifact we came for, Varrock. Yes, I almost forgot. Surely pocketing a few coins wouldn't hurt, right?
Roll for how many golden coins I take.
Varrock puts 2 coins in his bag.
That's good. More room for other goodies.
Sans, don't be so mean to your brother. Do you want to roll for more coins?
I shouldn't let greed overwhelm me.
Too convenient. Listen. It's very in character for Papyrus to go for the coins. That's a clear trap. Easy trap. Speaking of Birdly, I don't think he's dead after the reroute. He's probably just in comatose. I agree. I'm more of a he's in a comatose state. Although I did see a really, really funny post where it was like, he just caught a cold. And honestly, I really dig that too.
What's the catch?
An odd number will wake up a giant goblin sleeping on top of the pile.
Giant goblin!
Giant goblin? Giant goblin? Goblin these nuts.
What? Who said that? That was so mean. Varrock! Fight the urges! Don't do it! You'll get us all killed again!
Oh no! I'm conflicted! But alas, I will be the bigger man.
And knock on Lady Luck's door. No! Papyrus! Fan game about... Oh, yes. Thanks for filling them in.
Seven, you drop a coin and the goblin wakes up.
I'd like to apologize in advance.
The goblin rolls over and stops the party stealing his beloved gold.
Maybe we could talk it out?
No time for that. We've got to fight this beast. Brace yourselves. I like that it had the fight sound. It's still laying down. The party has the first move.
I defend myself with my shield. I charge at it with my halberd.
I cast a fireball. Act. You choose to sing a lullaby.
The goblin's next attack will do half damage.
Smart thinking, Chris. Make it fall back asleep.
Listen. I'm a professional. Let me through. Azure Falcon does 5 damage to the goblin. Suzira does 8 damage to the goblin. The goblin has finally risen and throws a cluster of golden coins at the party.
Money!
It does 3 damage to Chris, Azure Falcon, and Suzira. Only 2 damage to Varrock. It's the party's turn again.
Chris, keep singing so it's weak. We'll attack. I'll stab the goblin with my sword. I'll slash the beast with my halberd again.
I'll cast a healing spell. You choose to sing a lullaby. Yeah, it's hard to tell if there's actually like a tree going on here or if it's just kind of a straightforward thing. The goblin's next damage will do half damage. Varrock does 8 damage to the goblin. Azure Falcon does 9 damage to the goblin. Suzira heals the party for 3 health. The goblin stomps the ground, releasing a shockwave. It does 4 damage to the entire party. It's the party's turn again.
This one should do it. Let's all attack at once. I lunge at the goblin full force. I fly into the air and dive towards the goblin.
I'll use an electricity spell. If he wants me to fight, I'll go ahead and fight. We don't know how much HP we have, but like, you could be like, maybe it's being kept track of somewhere off screen. You choose to fight with your crossbow. Varrock does 4 damage to the goblin. Azure Falcon does 4 damage to the goblin. Zero does 12 damage to the goblin. Damn. Chris does 8 damage. Why am I doing so much damage? I'm an archer. Okay, whatever. The goblin lets out a roar before collapsing. The party has bested the giant goblin and won. We did it! Nice work, team. We can progress onwards. Who needs Noelle, am I right? This is my team. This is my gang. Ralsei, step aside. That mystical artifact is ours for sure. The party heads deeper into the ruins. It's getting darker. This is going longer than I thought it would. They come upon a set of 3 doors, each with a different symbol. A skull, a question mark, and a sword. Okay, let's think this very carefully. What could possibly be behind the skull door? Skeleton? I believe it will be certain death. That is what a skull signifies. Hey, there's nothing wrong with skulls. The question mark door. A surprise? What would the sword entail then? Maybe some sort of battle trial, another creature to fight? I just can't decide which one. Chris, since I don't want to be responsible for our deaths, pick a door for us to wander into. I feel question mark door. I gotta go with the question mark. I'm thinking also riddle or puzzle, and I feel good on my chances of doing a riddle or a puzzle. The party stepped through the question mark door. They are greeted by 2 living statues standing in front of individual doors. One door leads to the next room, the other to your doom. The left statue explains that one statue tells the truth and the other lies. The party can only ask one question, then they must pick the door. A logical riddle wagering our lives, this will be tough. I'm going to need some time to think. Why can't we just peek through both? The right statue explains that is cheating, punishable by death. Oh, there we go, am I right? Okay, so the left one tells the truth because it had to explain the rules. Too easy. Didn't he just say that was the right one? Was that the right one or the left one that just spoke? I thought that was the right one. I think I've got it. The answer is quite simple. Left statue explain the rules. We ask a statue if it would tell a lie. If the answer is yes, go through the other door. If the answer is no, go through the... Sans, are you sure this is solvable? I promise it is possible. It's just a 50-50% chance, right? Let's just guess. It's not a bad idea, Susie. We'll save that for later. I have cracked the code! What would the other statue say is the safe door? The truthful one would point to the deadly door. The liar would also point to the deadly door. Therefore, we always enter the opposite door. I was just thinking that. I know that there was like an answer that's like a one that has been stated before. I'm glad that Papyrus remembered and I didn't have to remember. Sounds correct to me. Let's ask it. Could I ask a statue that question? Go right ahead, my feathered friend. Left statue of stone, I ponder thee. What door would the other say is safe for me? The left statue thinks for a moment and then responds. The other statue would say that the right door is a safe door. Aha! My hypothesis is correct! Was correct! Since Chris chose this room, they should lead. I thought it would just take me through. Okay. So the other one would say that it's the left door, so we should go through the right door, right? I don't want to get this wrong. I'm pretty sure it's just that easy, but... Because if it's lying, it would tell you that the safe door is the opposite door, and if it's telling the truth, it would tell you that it would tell you to go into the wrong door.
The party steps through the door.
No, I'm sorry. Did I get the doors mixed up? Is it like a left door, right door? They're facing the other way. No! How could my foolproof plan fail? This doesn't make sense. We chose the safe door, right?
Nope, wrong door.
So we should have went through the other door? No, that door was deadly. Oh my god! Wait a minute. There was no right answer.
Both statues were lying. The correct path was to go back.
No!
So we were allowed to peek? I think one of us should have tried to peek. Bricks knew all along. We should have trusted Bricks.
I have got to say, that was incredibly fun. I don't think we've ever gotten this far in prior adventures.
So that's it, huh?
Yes, now is usually when we restart.
Why can't we? There's time, right?
Well, me and Sans are available. Are you three up for an all-nighter? All-nighter? What time is it?
You check the time on your cell phone. 8:32.
New notification, 13 missed calls. Oh. It's how late? My mother is probably worried sick about me. It's been fun everyone, but I've got to rush home ASAP. Farewell, Birdly.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. My Papyrus and Birdly are like right next to each other. It's best we head off too. I'm pretty sure those missed calls were from Chris's mom.
No worries. I do hope to do this again sometime.
Sure, when me and Chris aren't too busy with school.
Wonderful! Safe travels, you two.
See ya.
Yay!
Hey, Chris, before you go. I appreciate you coming over. It's not often we have lengthy sessions like this. You see, Papyrus usually gives up on the second restart.
What was that, Sans? I'm trying to order a pizza.
Nothing. Remember to ask for extra breadsticks.
Daring today, are we?
Yeah, so thank you for today. You can have this. You already have Sans's number. Forgot I gave you that other number. This is probably my real number. Probably. You got probably Sans's real number. I'll be a call away if you ever need anything. Stay safe, pal.
Au revoir, Chris.
That was cute. I really enjoyed that, actually. "13 missed calls from Toriel is pretty bad. Alright. Yeah, it doesn't say when that took place. Okay. What did I miss doing here? Successfully obtaining the mystical artifact. Oh, so you could. I didn't know it was beatable. Okay, anyway. Taking shelter. What if at some point the vessel and Chris had a heart-to-heart where they could talk to each other? Interesting. Phone that might ring when you call Sans. Pick the right class and then pick the right battle. I could see that. I think Archer was a good choice. It seemed to be working well. And then battle is clearly what was the possible one, in my opinion. Open the door. Yes. Ooh. Alright. Gee, I wonder what's happening based on only the sound effects.
It's cold. You can't feel your legs. You can't feel your arms. You can't feel. Man, doing those papyrus and Birdly, it's rough on the throat. Oh. I would think Paladin too. Or is there a word for a guy who uses a spear? I know in Final Fantasy that's like a Dragoon class, but I don't know if that's a D&D class. Ooh. It's me! It's me, guys! It's me! The depths. Oh, you're right, it is Music Box Another Hymn. Hey, what's up? Sorry, it paused. I'm sorry. If there was another way to do this, I would. No. Please. Just a little more time. I need to take a minute. I mean, that depends on how much you're saying the vessel and the player are different than each other, in my opinion. I don't want to leave. Because the second we do, I stop existing. I've been gone for so long now, and yet nobody even noticed. It's like I was never there. I'll be honest. Not digging the characterization of Chris so far. They're not how I would see Chris, at least. Do you know what that feels like? To be tossed aside? Replaced? No, of course you don't. I hate this. I hate watching the world move on. Watching everyone I care about just keep going without me. It's too much. Everything's changing so fast. See, I think it's more like a I'm not in control, and thus, in that sense, I do not exist as a person that other people see. Sort of thing. Makes me think of... It's very like... What if you got It's a Wonderful Life and everything was fine and even better while you were gone? It's hard to keep up. It's funny, isn't it? Ever since you showed up, your life has gotten so much better. New friends, a whole magical world to escape to. Even your own dorky brother to talk to. Do you ever think about what happens if you let me be myself again? How everyone would react? What if they don't like it? What if they miss you? They'd start asking, what's wrong with Chris? Why is Chris acting weird again? It's not true. Of course it's true. Don't act like you haven't noticed. They like you more than me. Always have. What is existence but a constant state of dying? Am I right? I'm not the one saving the world. I'm not anyone's hero. Ugh. Because I think from a player perspective, you think of it as we. As like... You think of it kind of as myself, but if you're going a step further, you're like me and the character going through it. But I feel like if I tried to say you could be, they're gonna be like, no, because that's not it. I'm gonna go with we. All I've done on this adventure is make things worse. I almost got Mom killed by opening that fountain. See, I don't think Mom would be there. I don't think she'd be getting killed. Of the parts so far, this is the one that I am vibing the least with. For all I know, I could have ended the world. I've always been a burden. Let's go. Why? Do you want me to leave so I can be your puppet again? The world needs you. It doesn't matter. You need me gone. For the first time, I'm in control. And I'm going to stay here. It's not like anyone's waiting for me out there anyway. Is Toriel clearly going to be in Chapter 3? Is it clearly? I would argue no. Go away. We are is more accurate to the average player thought process, but they might not like us treating them as equals because we might be like, what do you mean we? You're the one in control. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would think. Chris, the music stopped. Chris, the music. Not so much that Toriel won't show up in Chapter 3, but that she won't be in the dark world of Chapter 3. For one thing... Wait. Yes. Yes? Wait. Is Toriel in the room when the dark fountain opens? I think she is. Is she? In general, though, I subscribe to the idea that, like, adults can't go into the dark world or have a hard time going into the dark world. Something imagination childhood. I think she'll be in the dark world but won't be an important character in the same way like Birdley is. Interesting. Why? Why would you care about me? You barely even know me. You're important. For what? To me. I don't understand, but I think I needed to hear that. See, and I don't think Chris would react like that considering how even Chris has been wrote in this scene. You call Toriel a couch. How do you feel about that? Get out of my stream. I run a high quality stream here, and I can't be standing for this. Toriel in the dark world, but not a party member. That would explain why Ralsei exists, because Asriel is an adult who can't play in the dark world anymore. Ralsei is just who Asriel used to be. Oh, I do dig that. Something along those lines. Needed to hear that too. I'm glad you're getting stuff out of this. Hopefully not all the negative. I think Chris player conversation is going to happen, but I don't really see it being like this. Yeah, I don't see it being like this. I can see a confrontation. Have you guys... some of you have probably watched my possible Judgment Hall video. That's where I think it would happen. Most likely is possible Judgment Hall. With Chris being the one who is the judge. Like, I don't really know if we'll be able to say anything to Chris in this way. I kind of see it more as, like, Chris talking to us and realizing we're not so different. Yeah, I see it more as Chris essentially telling us finally what their opinion would be. Even then, though, I'm not sure if I would want that. I'm kind of content to have this weird fact that you never know quite what Chris is thinking. I would be also good if it was done well. If Chris gets to talk and it's done well, that's good too. All this time, I thought it was you making things better. It felt like someone else's life. Can I ask you something? Will I ever get to be myself again? Sorry, I'm putting way too much thought into these answers. I'm gonna say hopefully, but more to the sense of like, I feel like Chris themselves on a personal level isn't a person that they want to be. On top of us controlling them, like there are more personal issues going on with their sense of self. And that even if we were to disappear, Chris would not feel like themselves. And it would take time to figure out who they are, who they want to be, what that means action-wise, people-wise, in those kind of aspects of their life. Which makes sense. They're a teenager, and that's how all teenagers are. Someone who's around teenagers a lot, because I'm a teacher. Yeah. It depends on whether Chris actually wanted to be controlled by the player/soul as well. Absolutely. I think Chris and the player will inevitably work out their differences and come to some agreement, and think that's going to be a major arc in the game. I could definitely see that. Yeah. But I don't think it'll be a direct two conversation. Yeah, I think it would be one-sided at most. Chris just either gives you a thumbs up or a rude gesture at the end of Deltarune. Hell yeah. You know, like the fact that we as a player are like deliberating so hard on what we want to say and how Chris would take it kind of just shows how the conversation being like this doesn't work, IMO. We're not being genuine when we're like figuring out what's the most appropriate thing to say would be. No, I agree. And I think assuming that we would figure out is us projecting onto Chris what we think Chris would say. I think it's actually a really, really interesting part of analyzing Deltarune, how players react to Deltarune, how we try to understand Chris, and the way that there's a certain amount of Chris that we will never be able to understand from the point of view, but there are things that we are able to. I'm not like other teachers. Teenagers. I don't use my phone. I'm an English teacher. That's hardly surprising. It means though that every time I'm teaching a new book, I'm kind of like, oh, the themes of this book, how could they relate to Deltarune? Can I make a video out of this? A lot of my kids don't like me right now, but that's fine. Because I want them to sit in their seating charts and not talk while I'm talking and not throw things in my classroom. And they don't like that I don't want them doing that, so... Teaching! It's fun. There's things I like about it. But teenagers will never not be teenagers. Anyway, hopefully. I don't know if I believe that yet. Which is why I want to say hopefully, because I don't know if you believe it. But hopefully one day. Wonder if the Dark Worlds could keep Chris alive without a soul, since the Dark World brings soulless objects to life. That's a good point, actually. We haven't seen Chris try to take out their soul, or if it's feasible or possible. I'm glad you would like to have me as a teacher. I think I'm a fun teacher, but it's like, it depends on the class how fun of a teacher I can be. And also, let's be real, I'm still working on refining my teaching and the best way to teach and how to keep it interesting while also meeting the like requirements of being a teacher. That's a whole thing. None of you guys care about my actual teaching. Well, you probably care in the sense of like, you're like, oh, I'm sure you're great. But like, you're not going to grade me on my teaching. Okay, I don't know if I believe that yet. But maybe I want to try. I've been considering teaching English in Japan sometime temporarily. I've heard of doing that. I've heard that it can be rough to be like an American teaching in Japan just the way that you're treated, but I also don't have any sources to back that up. So I just make sure that you do your research well. Man, why can't I have the edgy backstory and be the main character? I'm sure you have an edgy backstory in there. Just dig. Do some digging. I think it's the same kind of effect as the determination injections had on Flowey. Oh! Yeah, I can see that. Well, some people, that's the other thing is, especially with teenagers, you get a lot of disinterest. It's hard to, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, but you are supposed to find ways to encourage the horse to drink. Which is the hard part. And, like, you can't walk up to a kid and be like, yeah, I'm gonna make you annotate this article, and I need you to understand that, one, annotating an article is actually, it's like cheating. It's great. I know you hate it because I'm asking you to do it, but it's actually great. It's how you look smart without actually being smart. And then two, being like, actually analyzing text is fun. Have you ever thought about looking at the themes is actually fun? Work with animals, way easier to handle. I can believe that. Themes, oh, Heart of Darkness video, when? Oh, Heart of Darkness? I don't know if that is what that is. I'm glad that we have, like, the whole, like, half the cast of Deltarune in here, though. That's a lot of fun. Okay, anyway. This is too much. And I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if I'll ever be ready. I gotta try. They need this. I don't know if they want my comfort, but it feels worse to not offer the comfort, you know? I really want to see Emo Birdly now. Hey, what happens if we make the wrong choice? What if we fail? Don't worry. The world ending, it'll be our fault. And me, I'll have to spectate it all, powerless. Trapped in my own body, watching everything fall apart. How could I not worry? We'll do it together. Because again, from the player perspective, I view it as us doing it together. I'll be with you might be more right in a way, but I view it more as we doing it. If you make the wrong choice, somebody asks, yeah, we'll just load a save. Don't worry, we'll just load a save. Easy. You're right. These past adventures, they've been terrifying, overwhelming, but also fun. I mean, we've already faced so much. Dark fountains, strange worlds, and yet the worst is probably still ahead. The roaring, it could come. And still you believe in me. Okay, listen. If we're going to save the world, then I'll do my part. Sorry, it's interesting. It's like... It's giving if you tried to mash up Gaster's theme. Or another hymn. Match up another hymn with, Azriel's theme. I can't think of the name right now. I totally blanked. And it's got that, like... Oh, it's really interesting. It's creepy and hopeful at once. I like it. Just promise me one thing. In case I'm never myself again. You'll take care of Mom, Dad, everyone. It feels so easy for people to be sad these days, and yet, despite everything, even with the world on the brink of disaster, you've held on to hope. I trust you'll share that hope with everyone. His theme. Him theme! Him theme! Just like you've shared it with me. For their safety, I'll try to stay out of your way. But promise me this. Don't forget to come visit me sometimes. I won't. This has been nice. I promise. Alright, Chris. Let's do this. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I don't know where I'd be without you. But I'm ready now. Ready to leave. We've got a world to save, don't we? Don't forget, I'm with you in the dark. I'm not a singer, I played saxophone. Absolutely, more musical analysis. One of my favorite Undertale videos is just music analysis. Oh. Is this a bunker? Or like a garden? No, it must be just bunker. His him theme, the pronouns theme. I feel like 90% confident that Don't Forget is about Chris player dynamic. I've never actually thought of it in, like, not that I've never thought of it, but I've never thought much about it like that. A pair of liquid containers, both named Jerry. A pair of liquid... No. I'm looking at the shelf. You browse the shelter's inventory. Stacks of canned tuna, plenty of water bottles, and packs of batteries. Tucked away, a bottle of expired soda sits on the... out of place. Its label is faded. Okay. Alto saxophone. Oh, you play flute right now. Yeah. That's probably the smarter thing. A lot of flute and clarinet, I believe, translates well to saxophone, but a lot of saxophone doesn't translate as well to flute and clarinet. I enjoyed it. But that's also like, that was my niche in high school. That's where all my friends were. So it was part enjoying playing the saxophone, part that's where all my friends were. And I marched it. There were way too many saxophones. The player sitting like, hey, shit's about to get real, but no matter what happens, I'll be with you. Don't forget about that. Yeah, I hope that is like a genuine encouragement that the player is projected to be giving to Chris. Have you done a video about this, Bricks? Do you think we'll ever see the big WD himself in person? I don't know. My technically ex-boyfriend, it was mutual, well, kind of mutual. He played Barry sax. Things are huge. After all, no matter what ends up happening, whatever dangers we face, Chris will always have us, and we will always have Chris. Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not... I'm sure that you can understand of like having things that you're like, this is a fun thought or theory. I don't know if I could make a more than like a minute or two video on it though. So like, what would be the point of that? Birdley should have his own spinoff. Like Reagan had a spinoff of Mob Psycho 100. That's my take. Deltarune Gaster. Oh yeah. Will he show up? I don't know. I'm kind of divided. I'm somewhere between he's going to be the final boss and he stays a mystery. Which is such different ways for him to show up. Not Undertale spelled like that. It's going to be better than Deltarune will ever be. Why do you think vines are a motif in Deltarune? In the Queen's basement, we see vines from the bunker covering the basement. I never thought about those as being vines from the bunker. Spamton is even hanging from the vines when he is defeated. If we want to take it a step further, like Flowey uses vines as a way that he like attacks things. I think it's just a way, though, to symbolize something being overgrown, being neglected. So it just kind of shows this motif of neglect. I don't think it's quite something that... I would need to see a little bit more of Vines to decide if it means anything more than that. I think we're on his side, though, and I don't think we'll fight him unless it's the weird route. I'm not sure we're on his side, but then again, I don't know if I have any solid opinion on what I think Gaster would be trying to accomplish, if he's trying to accomplish anything. Flowery is in Deltarune. That would be the most insane long con of all time. If we ever tried to fight Gaster, he could literally just turn off the device or whatever's connecting us to Deltarune. That's true. Boot up the game again? Yeah. It's just the Flowey fight all over again. Did I already look at these? Half-eaten cans of tuna with bite marks around the lids. Oh. Oh, shit! I meant to look at more. Oh, no! I didn't know that was going to do that. I thought the wash closet was the way forward. You were in there for quite a long time. Despite the trouble you'll be in, you know it was worth the while. Worth the while. He did invite us to do this. He did invite me to think that maybe I was putting malware on my computer. I actually never thought that. Like, obviously, there was a sketchy like, oh, you have to say, please download me. The sound of nothing. But, I mean, maybe it was wrong of me because I don't know him personally. Oh, that's not the one. Oh, my God. Because I don't know him personally. But I was like, it's Toby Fox. I trust this. Config. Game. No. Turn to menu. Yes. Oh, no. I did finish taking... I wanted to look at more stuff, though. I'll be fine. Okay. Concluding melody. A short and sweet final tune at the end of your adventure. Do you want me to go back in and look at stuff? I can go back. Honestly, I don't think I like an encounter with Gaster. I think him as more mysterious. It's mostly been visuals and text. Free drinks was a fight with some cups. They had 2 attacks. Oh, shoot. My laptop got unplugged. They had 2 attacks, so, like, not the most in-depth. It's mostly been text, and I was expecting it to mostly be text. When I first downloaded it, I thought there was a possibility of there being... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What do you want from me? Oh, no. I broke it. Oh, shit. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna quit out of the game and then turn it on. I think you guys just get blackness until it's just on, so enjoy that. I don't have an in-depth stream set up. I'm sorry. I don't stream enough to have gone through the effort. Okay. Are we back? Okay. No, I didn't think the full screen would have broke it. I was just... Well, I mean, I am worried that... Stream setups are weird. I do the randomest thing and it's like, actually... Everything sucks now. Like, you open the fight menu and it opens up the overworld menu. Like, not even the dark world menu, the light world. Yeah. That would be actually really fun if the you have to figure out like a roundabout way of doing things in a Gaster fight. That'd be fun. Okay, anyway, we wanted to look at more text from this. All right, let's go. One more time. Whee! Memory Head was foreshadowing. I mean, Memory Head, is that not one of the biggest mysteries remaining from Deltarune? It's cold. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? I know it's hard, Chris. I got shit to do. Like, read about the wash closet. That would be interesting, though, if you go into the bunker and there's nothing there. It's a bunker. What were you expecting? Because the gimmick of the fight is that you act menu is your overwhelming. Is that what the gimmick of Memory Head is? I'm trying to think back. I haven't done that fight in a minute. Sorry. I don't think when I was playing Memory Head, it hit me. That's what it was. When I did Memory Head, I mostly was like, man, this is confusing as hell and I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I think I recognized, like, oh my gosh, stat, cell, and item. But I don't think I was like, whoa. That's my menu. I don't know, I'm kind of dumb. Some theorist I am I right? Ugh. Okay, seems to fly over most people's heads. At least I'm not alone. Yes, I'm really sorry, Chris. I hope you're doing okay. I love you. Hugs and kisses. Toby needs to bring that back. The bunker does evoke a fear you may encounter as a child, like fear of the basement or the attic. Yeah, and then you get older and you realize that the fear is kind of unfounded. There was really nothing to it after all this time. I think it's possible. I mean, I realize I sound like I have no opinions when I talk about things, but it's just because we're so early on in Deltarune, and I recognize that, and I recognize that means, like, basically anything is still up for grabs. So, like, I can see Chris having lied about something. I can see Chris having actually seen something happen with the bunker, and I can see Chris thinking they saw something, but then it's not true. One idea I've seen is the bunker is like a phasing dark world that sometimes is a dark world, sometimes isn't, and Des got lost in the dark world or something. And Chris and Des went in, only Chris came out. Absolutely. Gives Bick the Woods. What is that saying? That band. There's a song called The Woods, and I'm like, woo, big vibes of that. The corkboard displays instructions on rationing and emergency contacts. As at its center, a motivational poster proudly declares, "Hang in there." You feel slightly more motivated. The door is locked. You try to use some sort of ancient communication device. You struggle to make sense of its peculiar spinny controls. You inspect a battery-powered desk fan with metal blades and missing guard. You put it down in fear of losing a finger. You hear a strange noise coming from the radio. It sounds like an insect. Unsurprisingly, A cockroach scuttles out from a hole in the radio. A towering pile of mattresses looms over you. You can almost imagine how cozy it would feel to lie down on. Sadly, you're too short to climb up and take a nap. Aww. Bath pillows, neck pillows, and all sorts of comfy varieties. Shockingly, none of them are bed pillows. Oh, and then when it was inspected later, it was a normal bunker, and everybody thought that I'm so sorry. Thought that they were lying. I think the bunker is Asgard's cheese storage, where he stores his cheese. I think we're all asking the wrong question. It's not what's in the bunker. It's why is there a bunker? Why is there a bunker here? Do not check out a bathroom that has moss growing from under the door. Well, it seems fine. I think I won't see anything gross in there. Can I call now? Dang it. Well, there. Completionist. Other than all the other things I'm not completing. The bunker is surely relevant to something. That's my stance. Nobody's thought of this. I think the bunker is relevant. Hugs and kisses. Yeah, they were in there a long time. If you guys didn't notice that the first time, when Chris comes out and they're like, wow, you were in there a long time. It was a long time. What would the final credits to Deltarune look like and sound like, assuming the game has a happy ending? Oh, kind of cute. List known contributors to Deltarune, however, the full team has grown since Chapter 2's release. It isn't fully public. We apologize if anyone has been overlooked. If you notice a missing contributor, please let us know in Discord. Press Z 3 times to confirm. Okay. Piano. Piano. I don't know why it makes you do it 3 times, but sure. Like in Deltarune. You know when you have to press Z 3 times in Deltarune to confirm everything? Like you would move to the next dialogue box? Oh, there's pictures! Oh! Gaming with Birdly! This is what it's all about, team. We did it. We got the good ending with Birdly. All of my hard work. Make sure you read and skip without reading. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yes, our picture! I did an obscene gesture. But easier to listen to than Pian Pian. I kind of dig Pian Pian, actually. I feel like it's very emotional. Oh, and then you're in the dark world. That's cute. No, I don't think Deltarune's ending would be like this either. I don't think it's going to be the picture kind of ending, the cutscene ending. All of my hard work keeping you alive by not killing you myself, Birdly, and it paid off too. This is just like when I was improvising piano over modern rap music at a party last week. Oh. Interesting. I'm not good enough at any instruments to improvise, so I'm thoroughly impressed. I don't think Deltarune will have a good ending, but I don't think it will have a bad ending. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to have one ending. Whether that has changed or not, we don't know, and I'm willing to say it could have changed, but as far as we know, it has one ending. Deltarune multiple pictures. And yeah, a full extended version of Don't Forget, I could see. Yeah, bittersweet. Bittersweet is the vibe of Deltarune. I can't see it ending a different way. Do expect the Weird Route to have a different ending, but maybe if you take a step back, you can call the Weird Route ending the same. Yeah, again, it depends on how much difference we're calling a different ending. I think the voice we hear that intercepts the Goner Maker sequence is Chris's voice. Oh, interesting. Obviously, it seems like Kara's voice, but I think it's a fair assumption that Chris sounds like Kara. Yeah. That's an interesting one I haven't heard. I don't know if I'm convinced, but interesting. How long have you been hiding this piano talent from us?
That was beautiful, Chris.
No kidding. Kind of makes me want to try.
You should give it a shot, Susie. Who knows? You might have some hidden talent yourself.
Sure. It's just pressing keys, right? Yay! Maybe like a prequel game. If we don't have a chapter 0, that will be the prequel thing. I could see a side game of Deltarune being a prequel. I don't know if I see Deltarune having a side game, actually. I could see a chapter 0 kind of prequel, sort of. Again, I don't know if I'm convinced that there could be a chapter 0. I know that people have found a 0. Is that it? They found a 0 in the code. When you die, guesser says you've reached an end. I guess you can say in that way that it has 2 endings. Or that that's the only ending. Chris' second voice is fairly popular, but I really don't see the vision. Chris' second voice is pretty popular in the theory spaces I'm in. I think it kind of doesn't make sense because, like, I don't think Chris is particularly happy. Yeah. That's jazz, baby. That was jazz right there. Jazzing it up. I don't think the With You in the Dark song. I don't think the singer sounds like Kara or whatever Kara's voice would even be. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I guess piano isn't my thing.
That wasn't a bad first try. You'll always start somewhere.
I'll be real, friends. Ending was kind of a nothing burger.
I think it was cute.
Again, I don't think there was anything there. I don't know. If you were going to make an ending, I would make it a little more extravagant. But I mean, again, it's a fan thing, so at the end of the day, who cares? Anyway, let's go see what logs we have. Yeah, it kind of peaked with the papyrus stuff. I would agree with that. Hopefully, some of this other stuff, if it comes together, will be good. Angel's Heaven sounds interesting. Behind the Scenes, I think that's the one where you're gonna sneak from the trailer. Outlawed. Yes! Cowboys! I need the cowboys! Alright, let's see. Logs. Introduction. Objective. Become acquainted with the Deltarune simulation and understand how it runs with little to no host influence. Document the timeline of events that occur and find a suitable vessel to integrate host control into. Hypothesis. If the Deltarune simulation runs on a guaranteed timeline of events in each iteration, then it should be possible to affect the timeline of events with the host in control. However, if the Deltarune simulation doesn't follow a strict timeline/rule set, further experiments shall be necessary. Experiment design. Run multiple iterations of the simulation without any host control. Plot any repeated events or actions and track how the simulation runs without interference. 2. Run a single simulation for an extended period of time to deduce how long iterations of the simulation act and if any issues crop up. 3. Begin searching the simulation for suitable entities that can facilitate the host control without changing too much. Expected results. A consistent timeline of events, a suitable host to govern the control. Okay. Discovery. While actively testing basic host control with smaller bodies in the simulation, we embarked on a mission to explore the surrounding environment. In this simulation instance, we took the form of what we believe to be a common housefly. Due to limitations and inexperience, we have not yet successfully enabled the host to consume food to sustain itself. Without nourishment, we can we could last only 2 to 3 days per instance at most. Nevertheless, we used multiple simulation instances to explore the environment and map out its common landmarks. Our findings have provided valuable information. An environment consistently resembles a small urban town in the fall season. It appears that only monsters and humans inhabit the simulation. No other types of beings have been documented thus far. There's a possibility that humans and monsters coexist in peace, although only one human has been observed in the simulation so far. The most interesting discovery is that the simulation is generating the memories for entities that never occurred. We've been racking our minds about how this is possible. Where could it be pulling this data from? Is it truly out of our control? Some more that have yet to uncover. Okay. To me, this sounds like the Undertale lab people trying to figure out a way out of the underground. That's my guess. Monsters are weak. I managed to get a hypothetical through to them, one I wrote myself. For as long as we can remember, we've only given host control to a few specific entities during longer simulation instances. They usually prioritize stronger, healthier entities to ensure the host is as optimal as possible for testing. My hypothetical aimed to test this. What if a weak monster was chosen for host control? For the first few days, all was fine. We had documented this entity's daily routine and followed it as usual. Around day 3, the entity fainted from exhaustion and only woke up after they extracted the host control. I tried to argue against this, but they didn't listen. Cowards, I say. I really hope Deltarune doesn't go there with the Light World. I think that's Dark World territory. Retroactive history is true for the Dark World and true for the Light World from a Doyless player pop, but not from an in-universe one. I would agree with that. I think it would kind of suck if they're like, oh, it just started existing when you download it. And that's not to say that I don't see that as a possibility, but I see that as an unsatisfying possibility. I think as far as Deltarune by Toby Fox is concerned, the Light World really exists. Yes, I would agree. Reflecting, everything leading up to where we stand in the research and the simulation feels wrong. No matter what we do, even when it enhances our knowledge on the subject, I can't help but feel we're looking at it the wrong way. Recently, we improved traversal through the simulation with a bipedal host. This should be amazing. All the exploration and information we can gain will skyrocket. But then again, why should we care? This isn't the big picture. Learning to move a pawn forward 2 steps in a chess isn't something to celebrate. I feel like there's more we're missing. When we first began our tests, many of us assumed this was a simple simulation of a functioning world similar to our home. Though our combined memories may be fuzzy, we've had many shared feelings of nostalgia when encountering specific entities in the simulation. The simulation was running as normal. We were sticking to a daily routine of Chris as we are still experimenting with sustained host control. One day, Chris entered their school classroom as usual and was tasked with fetching chalk from the school supply closet along with Susie. Normally, Chris would simply walk to the supply closet and grab a single piece of chalk. Additionally, Susie would consume the rest of the chalk in the box, leaving her clothes covered in dust and revealing her odd habit to everyone. Not this time. Something went wrong. Upon entering the closet, the two fell, it seemed, out of bounds. It took quite a while for vision to return, but when it did, the simulation abruptly crashed. The only thing we managed to see briefly was a gloomy, stony environment shrouded in darkness. Actually, kind of interesting so far. I think this is part of the theming that, like, from RPOV, as a player, the Light World and the Dark World are equally fake, but I think the idea is that we treat the Light World as real. Yeah, I happen to be bipedal, too. I am also bipedal, actually. Surprising fact about me. Riveting. It sounds like somebody typing on a keyboard. Okay. And yeah, what can I say? Beautiful. That's art. That's real art. Oh, this one's scrunched up. The others aren't scrunched up. I've been struggling to connect to our network for a while now. Nothing I send ever gets received on their end. Normally, I'd be worrying by now. The thought of being alone in this nothingness has always been a constant fear of mine. Not anymore. I'm not alone anymore. I was given access to the simulation before the network disconnected. Now they can't force me off it. I have full control. I'll show them all once the network is back. The wealth of knowledge I'll have from all the experiments they denied. I can't wait to shove it in their faces. Okay, kind of interesting. You have your own little story going here. I can appreciate that. Oh, the scratching sounds. Yeah, I can see the scratching sounds. Or that the scratching sounds are actually keyboard sounds. Interessant. The fun game is based on pride flags. I can appreciate that one. Man, I can't believe Deltarune went woke. I'm sorry, Chris. I tried to sound cool and failed miserably. The Wingster went off the deep end. Got potential. Yeah, I think it has potential to be expanded upon. I think as it sits right now, the logs give a little more that you want. You get a vague idea of what they're going for, but it's not anything that is really interesting to me that they're going for. I don't want to say it's uninteresting, but it's not interesting to me. The little hypotheticals themselves, they're pretty fun. Especially the first 3, I feel like were really good. The last 2, I didn't really vibe with, mostly because of the characterization of Chris. And I feel like the end credits would not look like this. I would have thrown a few more hypothetical scenes into the end credits, personally, if I'm going to go there. And then have a little more fun with it. I mean, Undertale's end credits was dodging credits. So I would go for something more playing. Yeah. Alright, so that's all I wanted to do today, was play through the Hyphothesis on stream. I had a good time. I'm glad so many people showed up. I really thought because I was doing it in the middle of the day, it would just be me talking to myself, and I am pleasantly surprised that it was not. Unless anybody has anything else to add, I'm probably going to go ahead and log off then. I've got great things to grade, lessons to plan out, and also, you know, me time. Do some writing. I've been crocheting a sweater, so make some more progress on that. Credits minigame are always good. Gotta love it. Anyway, alright. Hopefully, sometime in the next forever, I'll do another video. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see ya next time.